I might have to switch chairs. All right.
That might be the issue.
Yeah, I'm like, hold up now. Colin Cowherd does that on purpose.
Sure.
Where he has like the higher, because it's his show and he's like reigning supremacy over you, if you will.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Do you remember the old show Hawaii 5-0?
Oh, yeah. Bookham Dano and
yeah. A guy named Jack Lord. My dad told me, I think we were in Hawaii, and he told me that Jack Lord was not very tall, but, he was the head of the whatever. Steve McGarrett, right? Was that his name? And so when he talked to people, he wanted to be, taller than them. So they would dig a trench. So on the beach, you wouldn't see. So as he's talking to whoever, they're walking in the trench.
No way.
McGarrett is looking down on him.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Yeah. Now we're much better.
Okay,
I can see it on here.
Hey, you want something to look at on YouTube? How about this?
Oh, you got the Chuck Taylor's Converse All-Stars.
My Chuck Taylors today.
You got Puma socks on under there? Or no?
I do not.
All right. That's blasphemous.
Right.
That's right. Did you already have those, or you went out and purchased them?
No, I had them. I just haven't worn them in a while.
Think about it. Now you know the backstory of Chuck Taylor, too. You can wear it. Somebody be like, Whitey, what are you wearing? Oh, you don't know Chuck Taylor, the great basketball player and the salesman and everything?
Right. There you go. Well, you learned so much in this show. Speaking of yesterday, I know yesterday we talked a lot about the schedule. We got a couple things to wrap up on the schedule. Also, guess who John Lynch was talking about today? That and more as we get ready for a big 49er game. So drive, guys. Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, the future has been on display down in Stockton, the A's affiliate in the California League. Beginning on the 10th of August, the top 4 hitters taken by the A's in this year's draft have been in the lineup. Nick Kurtz, Tommy White, Joshua Kuroda-Grauer, and Rodney Green, the outfielder from Cal. In that game, those guys combined for 10 hits, and Kurtz hit a home run.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver. That includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
Ooh, ma.
What was that?
That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees.
Ooma.
Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it's here. Stop in this weekend to save big. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Yeah. Hello. Here we are. Thanks for being with us. Tomorrow, Drew Sports Card show's on. Emran typically joins us on Fridays. I believe he's out of town, so I don't think we're going to hear from Emran today, unfortunately. Hopefully he's having a good time. I think he's back east. But Drapes just shared this with Jay and I. Speaking of cards and card collecting, somebody who doesn't need the money just scored big, right, on a basketball card.
Unbelievable, man. The rich get richer. My boy Grant Williams, who I'm a big fan of, according to Darren Ravel, I'll read this here, Whitey. Hornets forward Grant Williams on his first day collecting basketball cards. First day. Bought a box of National Treasures for $10,500. He pulled a Luka Doncic worth at least $100,000. First day collecting cards, and that's what you pull.
I will say he genuinely appreciates it from the video. He's very happy about it.
Yeah.
You know, good for him.
Yeah, you see the smile and everything. And somebody said I was standing right next to him when he pulled it. It was amazing. Hopefully Grant understands that's not, it's not going, it's like, how do you top that going forward?
He's ahead of the game for a while, though.
Right.
That's the thing. If you can buy those $10,000 boxes, you're going to get some hits.
What's the most you've ever paid for a box? Be honest.
Yeah, I will be honest. It's really not much. Around 100 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen some $300, $400, $500, and I'm like,
yeah,
I can't get. That's a gamble, basically, and I can't gamble that much money away. What if I come up empty, snake eyes? Then what I'm gonna do?
Yeah, I know. Emran's brought it in. He's brought in for us a couple of really expensive boxes.
Really expensive, and I'm like, I see him on the shelf there, and I'm like, nah, I need the bottom shelf. The $75 boxes or something like that. I'll buy
the average man box.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fellas, real quick, have you seen? So Emran's at the Fanatics Fest.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Have you seen this thing?
I just saw something about it on Twitter.
Listen, the names Michael Rubin has brought to this thing.
Everybody.
And, I mean, I know he's a billionaire, but he's got people moving that don't normally move.
I know who you're thinking of too.
And it just blew my mind. Like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is there.
Pulling up.
Wow.
Jay-Z
is pulling up there.
And he had to get that man probably a soft $25 million just to pull up.
To show up.
Like, and so I start asking around. I haven't spoken to Emran about it too much, but talking to a couple guys that I know that's out there, I'll give you one. Kevin Durant is coming.
Ooh.
He is signing autographs, taking pictures, doing the normal. Just take a guess right now what his beginning price is just to sit down with him to get a 2-letter Kevin Durant. To get KD put on.
KD scribbled on something.
$2,500.
How much?
$2,500.
A little lower.
I was going to say 500.
A little higher.
1,000?
$850.
Damn.
$850 just to get K and D. Kyle Draper.
How much to get that from you? What do you charge us to get?
I'm about $250.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
But are you giving Kyle Draper or KD?
I know. I'll write the whole thing out.
Okay.
And I'll throw in a selfie. How about that? I'll throw in a selfie too.
How about this? A jersey, tennis shoe, or like memorabilia. How much you think KD?
So that wasn't that.
That's just to put KD.
Oh man, on
his Kevin Durant signature.
A jersey
he signs
or
KD.
shoe?
Yeah,
$1,500.
Little more.
3.
$1,750.
Damn.
Anything Olympics. What do you think he's charging?
Oh,
5.
Yeah, that's 5.
$3,500.
Okay.
Now get me. Understand,
how many of those
fellas.
is Emran gonna get?
I have no clue.
Right.
We're gonna have to reach out to him. I'm all for all the memorabilia, the collectibles, the hobbies, all of that. But what are we talking about here?
I know.
Yeah, that's
3 stacks for you just to sign your name on something Olympics?
We're talking about some people that have, and bless them, I'm sure they earned it, but they have more money than they know what to do with, right?
Well, here's the thing too, fellas. I just send my son down courtside, wait with the rest of the people, and he signs things for free for people. Like, you know what I mean? Those are the kind of autographs I want, Jay.
Yeah.
I don't want to be having
Organic.
to pay $5,000 and then, have a kind of autograph and show it off. Like, I want to get it because I know him, or, he just did it for free for my son or something like that.
Yeah. I saw this meme on Twitter. I showed it to my wife. She thought it was funny. And there's this woman, and she's sitting next to this guy, and he's got this look on his face like, uh-oh. And she's got her, her head in her hands, and she says, I thought you said you had a sports car collection. Not a
I think I saw that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
My wife thought that was funny.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Hey, Drapes, how about a few last thoughts here before we move on to football on the Kings schedule yesterday? Do you pay any attention to the analytics that say, taking all factors into account, the Kings have the 11th hardest schedule in the NBA? Supposedly, and I'm not trying to convince you, I'm just asking, home, road, rest advantage, travel, altitude. Supposedly that takes all of that into account. Says the Kings have the 11th hardest schedule in the NBA.
Nah, I usually don't pay attention to that kind of thing because you got to look at injuries. You got to. It's so many factors.
You could take any one of those games. You don't know what condition the Kings or the team they play will be in when they play that game.
Right, and
so
it's something to talk about now, but I'm not putting much stock or factor into that.
I'm with you.
But, I will say, if this was at the end of the season, I'll put a little more, stock in it because then you look back, man, the Kings, had the second toughest. We do it all the time. Remaining strength of schedule down the stretch, you know. But before the season,
I'm with you.
Everybody plays everybody at least twice. It's hard to manifest and figure out who has the toughest schedule.
Now, how do you guys think this is going to go? April 9th, the Kings play the Nuggets. That same day, the A's host the Padres. April 11th, the Kings play the Clippers here. The A's host the Mets. April 12th, A's Mets again, Kings versus Phoenix Suns. So April 9th, 11th, and 12th, we'll have the A's at home and the Kings at home.
That's fantastic. That's going to be electric. An electric day. And the fact that the stadiums are a stone's throw apart from each other. If I'm the city, I'm working with West Sac, I'm closing down Capitol from 5th all the way over into West Sac. Just open it up. You want to go from the A's game to the Kings game, you can walk it. You don't have to hop in your car and go drive, depending on the start times, obviously.
Right.
But,
and we don't know the baseball start times.
We don't know baseball start time yet. But I think that's fantastic. That's what major cities have going on. It is what it is, Boston, one day it's a Red Sox game, same time Celtics are playing in a playoff game or something like that. Like, that's fantastic, I think, for the city of Sacramento.
April 12th, is that a Sunday? Because that's the Kings play at 12:30.
Last day of the regular season right there, huh?
So
they play at 12:30.
That would probably be, unless that game is on.
That's a Saturday.
That's a Saturday.
Yeah,
okay.
Saturday.
All right. Yeah. So then they could probably split these, right? They'll want to split them so that the A's will play the day games when the Kings are.
Yeah, you would think, right? I mean, that would be the idealistic way of doing it. But there's going to be some conflict sometimes because we're not even mentioning the River Cats,
right?
Too, they'll be playing as well some of those games as well. And so, no, I think it's fantastic though for the city, man, because now you're talking about, oh man, what's going on Saturday in the city? You got the Kings playing and the A's playing. You got the Mets in town and the Nuggets or whatever the schedule said. I mean, I think that's huge for our city. And the visitors that'll come in.
If you can, you got to go to both, right?
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Now you're talking money, though, Whitey.
I know, because you got to work.
Yeah, I got to work. And, after buying those tickets or whatever it is, that purchase I made, I'm not going to be buying tickets for anything. But you could make a day out of it, right? Hopefully they stagger them too, to your point, like you said, would you have an A's game during the day? Like if it's during the week and the Kings game at night, can you pull off both? Like on a Friday maybe or something like that?
You said the 12th is a Saturday, right?
Yeah, 12th is a Saturday.
So the 11th is the Friday, and then the 9th would be obviously the Wednesday, and that's the days the Kings are home those nights, and the A's are playing both those days, so I'm sure they'd like to schedule those for day games.
I wonder too if the A's will do, how it is, youth day at the park where schools, field trips and things like that. Usually
Kids,
those
I'm
are
sorry,
on
we
Wednesday.
don't have enough seats for you.
That's what I was. Do we have enough seats to give away to the kids?
We got to get the grown folks in. We love you, kids.
They're paying the customers in. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Usually those are on a Wednesday, I feel like. And so could you have 5,000 kids running around downtown Sac?
So wouldn't you think that the reason we didn't have the game times for the baseball is because they, among other things, had to wait and see what the basketball schedule was?
Yeah, I would think so. And were we the only team or, that had that? Or?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's very unusual.
Yeah, very unusual,
where you have
right?
the schedule, but you don't have the game times.
Well, I think not only that, you got to work along with the River Cats. You got to think about the heat in Sacramento. Like I think they're going to, I don't want to say play it by ear, but they're going to,
It shouldn't be too hot then, but you never know.
Right.
Sometimes it's toasty in April.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Not that Vivek has ownership in the A's right now, but stadium, you got, the River Cats there. like from a business standpoint, I got to imagine Vivek will be consulted on some of those game times. Like he's not going to have the A's come here and battle at the same time his primary tenant, the Sacramento Kings, are going.
Drapes, you know who absolutely must be consulted on this matter is the mayor of the City of
Trees.
Jay, what do you think? For those days we got the A's and the Kings at home, how we doing that?
Oh, you got to double tap green on both of them. You know, especially when you dip like Kyle Draper. You know, the LeBron James of the station. See what can happen.
I'm trying to get the hookup, man. You know me.
But no, if you can, and totally understand. You know, I always say economy is something serious right now. So
Trace wants to close down the roads. I don't know.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
Block party, baby. Come on, man.
Have some street vendors out there and everything. Come on now.
Man, I'm chubby for a reason. I want the food going. It would be beautiful if you could close down, you know, like Capitol. And we see it done before. You know, I go back to when we had the grasp of the MLS in our hand. They shut down Capitol. And I was like, man, this is beautiful. You can definitely shut that down, which leads to the bridge. And next thing you know, you got a lot going on, Whitey. You could be out there with your guitar.
Right?
With your hat playing for change.
Yeah. How long is it to walk from one of those venues to the other? 20 minutes?
That's about 20 minutes. Yeah, probably 20, 30. But it doesn't feel that way, right?
Yeah.
In real time, it's probably 25, 30 minutes, but it's going to feel like 10, 15.
Right. Yeah.
You go over the bridge.
Especially if it's a buzz, a vibe going.
Yeah.
One time I did walk because I used to stay in the apartments right across the Tower Bridge right over there in West Sac. And after a game, this is when I didn't know anybody, you know, I said, I'm going to walk. And so, you know, you cut through the little tunnel in West Sac, you know, the underground and everything. And so it wasn't a bad walk, probably 20 minutes, you know, and I was sightseeing, looking around, had my head on the swivel. And so it could be a nice leisurely walk out there.
What were your first impressions of the River City as you took those strolls?
What's the next topic? What's the next?
That's a fair answer, considering where, you know.
Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to get into that. We don't need to get into that. You put me on the spot there, man.
You handled it well. I appreciate that you didn't. Oh, it's the greatest.
Right. Yeah, you just move on. Something different.
You ever been walking on the bridge when they halt traffic and then they bridge?
No,
they bring the middle of it up.
No,
so
I haven't.
No,
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
When we come back, have you walked on it?
Yeah, I was walking to a River Cats game.
Really?
I parked in Old Town, and then on the way up,
you were on it.
Yeah,
when they lifted it up.
Yeah.
Get out of here. That's impressive. Okay.
Yeah. When we come back, guess who John Lynch was talking about today? What did he have to say next? Sactown Sports.
What drives you? At 303 Car Care, we're driven to put the best detailing products in your hands. We create every formula, fill every bottle, and test every batch of 303 at our Chicago headquarters, always with quality in mind. From cleaners and coatings to our flagship aerospace protective, you can trust that every 303 product does what the label says it's going to do. That's because 303 is driven by quality. Available at most auto retailers and Amazon.
Progressive presents Renter's MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super-rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
This is the famous footwear that makes us actually want to go back to school. With the newest styles from all your favorite brands like Nike, Adidas, Crocs, Converse, New Balance, Birkenstock, and more. You'll find everything kids want, all at prices parents can appreciate. Because you don't have to overspend to make it famous. Famous Footwear even has fit experts in store to make sure you get the right size every time. So for the perfect fit, make it famous. Plus, right now, buy one, get one half off when you shop your local Famous Footwear or famous.com. Some exclusions apply.
The new Boost Mobile network is offering unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for life.
That sounds like a threat.
Then how do you think we should say it?
Unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month for the rest of your life?
I don't know.
Until your ultimate demise.
What if we just say forever?
Okay.
$25 a month forever.
Get unlimited talk, text, and data for just $25 a month with Boost Mobile forever.
After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Unlimited plan.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk on Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Harmony, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Hi, Michael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And, of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And, as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, listen up. Get ready for an incredible lineup of live music and events with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. First off, it's Michael Franti at the Backyard in Sacramento on August 23rd. And Soul Fest 24 Live will be at Thunder Valley August 24th. Then take a trip back in time with 80s Rewind at Thunder Valley on September 1st. September 4th, it's Montgomery Gentry bringing their rockin' country to the Crest Theater. Then Train and REO Speedwagon will be at the Toyota Amphitheater on September 6th. And the Doobie Brothers are appearing there on September 10th. Also on September 6th, check out live music at Crawdads on the Lake with Jared Neiman. And you don't want to miss the Lodi Grape Festival, September 12th to the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. And you'll laugh out loud with George Lopez at Hard Rock Live Sacramento, September 21st. And looking ahead, it's Bad Religion at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on October 19th. And that's your Sactown Sports live events calendar, keeping you up to date on the hottest live shows in town.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
How about a Drive Guys size shout out, whatever that is, to Arthur Smith on the chat. This is Arthur Smith from Vacaville listening in from Detroit, Michigan.
That's what's up.
Miss you guys in the chat, and the Drive Guys light the beam and Sacramento proud.
Man,
Detroit
Arthur.
since June.
Our guy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, man. That's amazing, man.
That's a tough one for a basketball fan. I'm sure there's legitimate life reasons why he had to move, but going from Sacramento to
Detroit, right? And think about who would have thought that, back in the late 80s, Detroit was a mecca, and even in the mid 2000s, if you will. But now, no hope. They got some good young players, but man, that place is just the way it's being run. I will say their arena is nice, downtown arena. Little Caesars Arena, best media spread in the league, if you will, too. Yes. You know what it is? And this is not a knock. It's like going to Golden Corral. You ever been to Golden Corral? But in a good way.
I've seen the commercials.
Right. You get your pizza. You got wings there. Get everything is there. You can make sandwiches, salad. It's like a buffet.
I do like
buffets. Yeah, it's like the old school. Remember Old Country Buffet? Did y'all have those out here? Old Country.
We had JJ North's.
Okay. All right. Old Country Buffet was the one in back east.
When our daughters were a certain age, Fridays is like, we're going to Sizzler.
Oh, the Sizzler, bro.
Yeah.
Missed that. Man.
There's still a few.
Yeah.
Are there some?
There's one in the Thomas. Off of Del Paso.
One on Madison Avenue.
I'm going there tonight. I haven't had Sizzler in about 40 years. Seriously? Yeah.
You're playing yourself.
No, dog, they closed down on the East Coast like 20, 25 years ago, Jay. And it was a joke. Like, yeah, we're going to go to the Sizzler. No, there was no Sizzlers around, though.
And my mother-in-law, too, big Sizzler fan.
Really?
Yeah.
And my mom, too.
Yeah.
What's the one restaurant that you loved as a kid, but now you're like, I don't believe I actually thought that was good food back then?
I would hate to say that in case of the place where potential sponsor.
Oh, you're trying to get an endorsement. All right. Young Alan Stiles over here, hawking for endorsements. I'll give you one. I'll say it. I used to think Applebee's was the bomb back in the day. My boy used to work at a TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
remember that?
Very few foreign people.
Yeah. Those were the Olive Garden.
Cross those off
Yeah,
the list.
I know.
All right.
That's about to drive. Hey, make me change my mind. Provide some free grub. Make me change my mind.
Real quick before you move on to the Niners, the worst spread in the league.
Let's move on to the Niners. I ain't saying nothing about it.
I don't know if this was common, but I know that the 90s, in Sacramento anyway, they served beer to the media after the game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was common back in the day. Yeah, that was – I know in Boston they used to do that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think, when you look at Sacramento, sometimes it's great, sometimes it's a miss. I think it's like that a lot. In Boston, sometimes they do lobster. You get a little lobster roll going on or something like that.
That's right by the water. They got it. You're just pulling it up out the water.
You act like there's wings. It's like wings out there.
It is, man. Clam chowder's all the same.
Yeah, man. So, no, certain media, but I tell you what, some places they cut out the media spread. Now they give you a little voucher to go to one of the concession stands, and it's never enough. It's like you can get a meal or a drink. You can't get both. You know what I mean?
I'll give you one real fast. You know who used to be in this is gonna be tough. Used to kill me. The Warriors used to give you like a discount ticket.
Really?
You would have to pay.
A discount. Not even a full
Not
meal.
A full joint.
You still got to come out the pocket for some.
Yes.
They got pretty good spreads now down there. I still feel like
ice cream machine.
I'm stealing something because I'm going to the game for free and you're going to feed me. And so, some people, we all do it sometimes. You complain like, oh, did you see this or that?
Right.
But it's like, hello, you get all the drinks you want and food and a free game.
Damn Skippy. Yes. They make billions of dollars. Where
are you coming from,
I know
brother?
they can't throw in a slice of pizza.
I appreciate it. I just feel like, man, I like this.
The perk of a job,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. Yeah. I like it.
Remind me to say something off air, Jay. I can't say it on air what I'm thinking, but
you ever had the spread at a 49er game?
I have
Pretty
not
nice.
actually. I've only been as a fan. I haven't been as a media member.
The Oakland Raiders, before they left, of course, their spread was like hot dogs that were like team colors, gray.
Oh,
Swift
get out of
silver
here.
and black. They were not the best.
Not on purpose, right? That's what you're saying.
It's not. Yeah, I was like,
silver and black hot dogs. That's crazy.
I got a Green Bay Packer one. How about that? But speaking of football, Kyle Shanahan said today, I want to play a number of starters. I wouldn't say all of them, but I'd like to get a lot of them in there for at least a little bit. Wanted to get these practices to go through so we could evaluate that. Shanahan then said Brock Purdy is one of the starters that he plans to play
Really?
this weekend.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's massive. I wasn't expecting that. And no, it'll be now. I actually will watch Whitey. You were we talked earlier. Well, I look at the all 22s and everything. I'll definitely check them out. And our boy Grant Cohn, who was on the show last week, he had a report from camp today, and it sounds like Brock Purdy needs to work. He needs the reps because according to Grant Cohn, Brock Purdy today, not so good. Completed just 8 of 19 passes. So
it was great yesterday.
Was he?
Yeah.
I missed
the numbers.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that. Yeah.
I'm not big, that's fair and it's good to know. Not big on those, training camp passing numbers.
Right.
But
I know.
You're right. I mean, if he didn't complete many, he didn't complete many.
But let me ask you this, though. Are you okay with Brock playing this week? You know what I mean? Like, do you think it's a good idea to even play him at all in the preseason?
There's only 2 reasons that I wouldn't play him. One, Trent Williams hasn't reported, and Aaron Banks broke his pinky.
Yeah, you're missing 2 offensive linemen right there. Yep.
But, he'll probably play a series or something, right?
Yeah, fingers crossed, too. I mean, no CMC. You're banged up. No Tricky Ricky, right? He's going to be out this week.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think Brock is at a point, and we've talked about it on this show, the quarterback and how important it is. I mean, you look at what happened in Minnesota. You don't want your season to end before it even begins. It might be too risky. And I know you can't play scared. I know you can't be afraid. Injuries can happen anytime. But Brock is the key to this whole thing. If he goes down, your Super Bowl hopes go out the window. And so I'm surprised. Like you said, it might be a series or 2 max, really.
Yeah. Now, John Lynch was talking to their flagship in the Bay Area today about, of course, Brandon Aiyuk situation. Why is this taking so long? John Lynch says he does not know why it's taking so long.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew. As I said, we started early. It's consumed a lot of our time, my time. I don't like that it's taken this long, but it has. And you deal with the challenges that you're faced with. I can tell you one thing, lots of times when I'm talking to other GMs around the league on a variety of situations, a lot of them will call and say, just pulling for you in that situation. I was in one last year or something like that. And, one thing they always say is like, man, we'd love to have your problems. You got a lot of great players there. And I think that's kudos to this entire organization.
Now, I understand John Lynch can't sit there and tell us everything that's going on. That's not what he's supposed to do. But I don't know why it's taking so long. He knows what's taking.
Right. He knows exactly. Like he's not privy to the negotiations or something like that. I feel like, with Lynch's, listening to him, like neither person is moving the goalposts, right? Like you ask for this, the team counters. Then are you going to ask for more? Like, are the goalposts being moved here with this negotiations? Is Aiyuk wanting more? All right, I want 30, but I also want the guarantee. I want the lengthened years. Is he constantly? And I've been a part of negotiations from a TV talent standpoint. Usually, you lay things out there first, because if you say, all right, I want this, then they come back and give you that. Then you say, no, I want this also. Then I want to add this in. Then it's like, come on, dude. I thought we had a deal. I thought,
Then you're not bargaining in good faith.
Right, exactly.
I think what's happened is just that the 49ers were just set in stone and they had to move off of that, right? It's like, nope, this is what you're getting. Once you move a little bit, the other side, Brandon Aiyuk in his representation, they realize, ooh, you moved out that. We're going to make you move more, right?
Oh, we can get that. Let's see if we can get this too.
Look, it was hard. It took us a long time to get you to move that much. We're not going to stop now.
Yeah, but I think that might be a bad move by them, knowing, what we hear about Shanahan and what we hear about Lynch. Like, these guys aren't, they don't want to go through the song and dance, the dog and pony show, and they don't want to be jerked around or anything like that. Like, and they could get frustrated too. And that's what I feel like both sides are at a point where, and we had this report earlier this week, I think it was, where neither side was happy about the way each other was negotiating. I think they're tired of it. It's like, put forth your best effort or not. Move on. Like Aiyuk tweeted out, there's two options.
Speaking of the song and dance, we get a little more of that here from John Lynch, who says it's been hard. This has been difficult, but we're still communicating.
It's been a long, arduous, hard process, hard journey. We started this early and, for whatever reason, haven't been able to get it across the finish line. That's been frustrating. But the communication still has been really good, both with Brandon and his agent, and we're trying to figure out solutions. And I'm always hopeful. I'm an optimistic person at nature, and so I'm always hopeful that we'll get there and get there soon. I can tell you, we feel the urgency to have him. The season's approaching, and we have ample time. And the good news is Brandon is a really, really hard worker. He's taken great care of himself this off season. He's in fantastic shape. But there's things you have to do on a football field and, getting yourself in there with our team. So we're working hard, and hopefully there's a resolution soon.
What does your guy, Grant Cohn, say about where the 49ers offer is right now?
Yeah, he just tweeted out, and, I wonder where he got his sources on this report. The Niners have offered Brandon Aiyuk $30 million per year. I wonder, and I sent this to you guys in the text, I wonder if he got duped. There's a fake, account going out there saying fake Adam Schefter account saying that they offered 4 years, $130 million. And, this is the problem with the media right now and social media. It's easy to be duped. This fake Adam Schefter 4-year, $130 million extension. I mean, that's a lot of cheese, a lot of cheddar. And so I hope Grant's not. I didn't hear what he said. I just read his headline that there's a report that the Niners have offered $30 million. That wouldn't seem plausible, right? Believable. If you're going to offer 26 and then to get up to 30, And if you're Aiyuk, right, don't you take that immediately?
I don't know.
I wonder about that report that Grant Cohn put out there.
That's why I wonder. And by the way, he's been doing it a long time. His dad is a legendary.
Oh, Grant Cohn?
Yeah. So he wouldn't be the first person I would think would get duped by that, but it's certainly possible.
Right.
So it could happen to anybody.
Yeah, it's, you look at it and, it's Adam Schefter. I see that. And I don't know if you guys have seen, I don't even know this guy's name, and I'm not going to give him the time of day. He posts all kinds of fake stuff. Like it looks like a real account. And this guy, I forget his name, but he'll post, some crazy outlandish stuff, and people will pick up and run with it. And so you just got to be careful out there for sure.
It's a form of trolling, isn't it?
Yeah.
He knows people are going to run with it. Yeah. To me, it looks like Brandon Aiyuk and his people realized they got the 49ers to budge a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe Ayuk's like you say, maybe Aiyuk is, hey, let's sign it. And his people are going, no. Look, we got them moving.
Right.
We got them moving.
Right. Now they're negotiating. Let's ask for this. Let's get this guarantee in there. Let's get these number of years. Our guy Trey on the text line, shout out to Trey. Appreciate you, man, from the 831. I'm just glad that Lynch didn't pull a Jerry Jones saying that there is no urgency, right?
Yeah. Funny that he mentioned urgency, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so John Lynch also was asked if there are any trades in place if they're unable to sign Brandon Aiyuk.
That's the part, I think everybody's got to understand, and this is people's jobs to report. And like I said, when you're talking with multiple teams and things, there's a lot of stories out there. And I don't like that because families are involved, families of a lot of people. And so we're going to leave that business in-house as I think it should be. And we're going to stay consistent with that and respect that.
That was not a denial, by the way. In no way, shape, or form did he go near denying that.
No, he did.
People report things, but we're not going to talk about it.
Right. We're not going to address
those
reports.
Bingo.
Yeah. Somebody got it right. Somebody's spot on with that. And, I will say this. I've gotten on the Niners about the way they're handling this. I feel like they're handling it better publicly than they are behind the scenes. I don't know where some of the leaks have come from or anything like that, but when Shanahan meets with the media, when John Lynch, they say the right things. Their tone sounds good. It sounds believable that Aiyuk, they want him back. He wants, that a deal is going to get done. And so from a Niners fan standpoint, I can see how you're encouraged by what your coach and president says.
Did you ever hear the story about Lynch and leaks when he got hired?
No.
You were still in Boston or wherever.
Yeah.
Because there had been some leaks when, towards the end of Harbaugh's run, and John Lynch, he wanted to take the job, but he didn't want any part of an organization, as he tells it, that was leaky.
Yeah.
So I believe he said, Jay, correct me if I'm wrong, he actually put some stuff out there to see if it got leaked before he took the job.
Get out of here. Really?
And it didn't. And he was like, yeah.
Okay.
He said, okay. So
he admitted to that too?
Yeah. He told the story.
Yeah, he said he tested the market.
Yeah.
Really?
He didn't want to work for the organization if everything he was doing was going to be leaked. So my guess is the vast majority of things have been leaked by, Aiyuk's side.
Aiyuk's camp. Yeah. You would think,
unless it's like an orchestrated, John Lynch is like, yeah, we're going to
leak this. Yeah. As negotiating in public, if you will. But, from a press conference standpoint, listening to him today and everything we've played so far, he sounds optimistic to me. Like he sounds like Trey said, he's not Jerry Jones. He's saying the right things at this point.
He was also asked if there's any bad blood. I know the great Tim Kawakami said, oh, this has gotten ugly.
Yeah.
Let's hear what John Lynch has to say about whether there's bad blood now between the organization and Brandon Aiyuk.
No, there's not bad blood. I mean, negotiations can get heated. I think it's his first time going through that. But no bad blood. I mean, if, people that are here see Brandon out here, there's love, a lot of love and respect for the relationship we've had and continue to have, and hopefully we'll have into the future.
A lot of love and respect, like a family.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Until
kiss and make up.
We decide to kick you out. Which
Right.
you don't, that's the difference. That's why it's not a family.
It's not a family.
Families can't
right?
really fire you.
Yeah, exactly. Your parents are always going to be your parents. Your sister always, and that's the thing about it too, man. From a Aiyuk standpoint and a football, a player standpoint, The organization wants you to be loyal to them, but ultimately there will come a point where they are not loyal to you and they do what's in the best interest. Our boy Eric Armstead, case in point, and so it's a tough position to be in, especially for NFL players who don't have the kind of leverage as some of these other leagues, NBA most notably.
Mm-hmm. And what did you just send us here?
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan clarifying to the media today that while it's a hold in, he says Aiyuk says his back hurts. Therefore, by rule, he says his back hurts. That's why he's not practicing. Everyone knows it's a hold in, but technically it's not. He says, I can't practice.
Right, exactly. And so that they won't call it that, I would imagine, looking at this Shanahan quote, but it's crazy that it's like gamesmanship almost, if you will. It's like, yeah, I'll report. But I got this nagging injury, coach.
I'd like to practice.
I want to be, but my back is killing me. It's part of the game, man. And what's funny is, imagine if you came in here, I came in here. My voice, isn't good, and I just hung around sitting right here, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. So it's funny.
Yeah. Oh, we got Kyle Shanahan. Here's what Shanahan had to say about that today.
Essentially holding in. Is that preferable to a holdout? Or does that a sign that maybe a deal's imminent?
I don't really know what it means. It just means his back sore today and his neck sore. So can stay out of practice, which obviously is a hold in, and that's what we expected. And I understand the situation fully.
I have no idea, man. That's like,
says technically, if he says his back hurts, it's not a hold in, but essentially it's a hold in.
It's a hold in.
He sounded a little Darth Vader-ish there too.
Yeah.
It's a hold in.
Yeah, I don't know where they did that interview at, right? From the Death Star or something like that, right?
It sounds to me like one of the reasons Aiyuk went out and was shaking hands with Lynch and Shanahan is because things did get a little heated, and he's like, all right, we're okay, right? Hey, I love you guys.
Yep.
And it sounds to me like this has taken so long because the 49ers have finally moved off their position. And once they've moved, Aiyuk's representation is like, we're going to
move
pressure.
also. Right. We're going to, but
not going to offer us less than they are now.
But, what do you make of that though? Because if it's, if that's the case, we just went through a month or two of, tough, difficult negotiations. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth, right? If they're moving close to you, take the deal and let's go. Mm-hmm. Don't ask for too much. You're in jeopardy of blowing up the deal, if you will, if you keep asking and keep going back to the well.
Mm-hmm. Did you happen to, I think you did because you might have sent it to us. Did you hear what Debo had to say on Up and Adams today?
I did hear what Debo had to say. Basically, Jay, you working overtime right now, big fella.
He's the sound machine.
I know. Let's hear that. Debo on Aiyuk.
I'm worried about this team not being able to win the Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk. Are you?
Am I worried?
Can this team win a Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk?
Can we win a Super Bowl without BA? I think BA is going to be a part of this team, so we don't have to worry about that.
Let's go.
Dang, not even a question he's willing to address. BA's going to be a part of this team. Let's go.
She's not pushing him at all. Let's go.
Okay, with the hard-hitting follow-ups and everything.
What's your read on that?
There's no read. In terms of, it has no impact on how I feel about the negotiations. To me, it sounds like Debo is being optimistic, hopeful. We're not letting him go. It doesn't. For me, I'm not reading it like he has inside information or anything like that. It's just, he ain't going nowhere. He gonna be here.
My guess is, Debo being Debo, deep down he feels like, we want him, but we can win without him, but I can't say that. Right. And it's like, I don't want him. So he's like,
you're reading into that way.
He's going to be here, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's interesting.
And that's just the mentality of a guy like Debo. If he ain't here, we're going to win anyway.
Yeah, we're going to win anyway. One thing we didn't
bring
up,
but that's what he thinks.
Fellas, and one thing we didn't bring up is Jerry Rice's tweet a few days ago. Remember the legend?
I heard about that, but I actually don't know what he said.
Right. He tweeted out, and I'll pull it up, and people ran with it, and it seemed like, maybe he had some inside info about the team, and I can't even find it now, but it was like, it had the eyeballs on
like
it.
Big news coming out today.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
And did he say Aiyuk on there? Or?
No, he just said 49er fans, and we'll get it specifically, but it was in the context of there might be some big news jumping off today or tomorrow or something like that.
Right.
So it's kind of implied, or at least people inferred that it was Aiyuk.
Who thought it was Aiyuk, and everybody's like, uh-oh, if the GOAT's weighing in on this, the legend, he must know something, and haven't heard anything in the last couple of days.
Here's my guess on that. He heard the 49ers were up in their offer, and he assumed Aiyuk's going to take that. Okay. And the Niners went in, said, here's what we're offering. And Aiyuk said, yeah,
that's nice, but that ain't it. Yeah, that's not it yet, right? Yeah, you might be right on that. You might be right on that.
Maybe that's where we are with this whole thing. By the way, a couple reasons to be watching and listening on Sunday. It's just preseason. Brock Purdy is starting, as we said, so Drapes is watching. You got Dominic Pooney trying to lock down right guard. The 49ers want to see what Darrell Luter Jr. can do at corner. He didn't play a lot last year, but they really like him. It's his first practice. And the backup quarterback situation is pretty interesting for a 49er backup quarterback situation because Brandon Allen's been playing really well. And they got Dobbs, and Dobbs is battling for the backup position. If Dobbs doesn't get it, and he's got the outside track because he hasn't been here long, then, as you said, Jay, well, you just keep him as your third quarterback. But the way you do that would be to cut him and then put him on the practice squad. However, a guy like Dobbs with a team, especially the Vikings having quarterback problems, you take Josh Dobbs and you cut him to put him on your practice squad, he may be gone.
No, he won't get snatched
before
up.
you get a chance to put him on your practice squad.
Yeah.
So that kind of complicates that situation for them.
Yeah, I think so. And that backup quarterback position, it's a race right now. And to your point, Josh Dobbs, to me, is not a practice player. Mm-hmm. He's not a third string quarterback, if you will. And so I look at that and say, might he be the guy that they keep on the active roster week in and week out?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you look at it and then he won't get snatched up. You don't have to worry about that, if you will.
The reports, for what it's worth, are suggesting most people seem to feel like Brandon Allen is winning that race.
Right.
But, if you try to look at it through Kyle Shanahan's eyes, you can see how much he'd love Brandon Allen's been here forever, and he knows my offense.
Do you think
Brandon Allen
offense,
you'll be great because my offense is great?
Yeah.
No.
Allen wouldn't get snatched up, though, right?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. Josh Dobbs is a playmaker.
He is, man.
Baby.
And he can't be a third stringer, right? I mean, I guess he could, but he's better than that. I mean, might he want to be released to go somewhere
probably
and get another opportunity elsewhere?
How many teams has he been with now in the last year? Like Cleveland to Arizona to
I got
Minnesota,
Pittsburgh, Tennessee, Arizona, Minnesota, Cleveland. He's bouncing around.
Yeah.
6 teams or so.
Pretty good.
And now 7 with the Niners. Yeah.
When we come back, speaking of the 49ers, we all know it, but one Niner is admitting this could very well be the last dance. Next, Sactown Sports.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
Nope.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it's here. Stop in this weekend to save big. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Advanced Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IM or IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care at every step. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com for compassionate care and advanced technology.
Shop Big O Tires now through August 27th and buy 3, get 1 free on 4 select in-stock Cooper, Nitto, Nexen, National, or Sumitomo brand tires with installation purchase. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees extra. Not valid with other offers. See Big O dealer for details.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, this is Greg Papa. Are you working through a major insurance claim? Sunpoint Public Adjusters can help. Sunpoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to, not what just some adjuster working for an insurance company thinks you should get. Call Sunpoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. Sunpoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
With only 3 homestands left, the Sacramento Rivercats season is nearing the end. Make your plans to head to the ballpark this week while the Rivercats are in town. Join us on Friday, August 16th for the Mount Core 4 statue giveaway as we celebrate the San Francisco Giants bullpen legacy of Jeremy Affeldt, Santiago Casilla, Javier Lopez, and Sergio Romo. Be one of the first 2,500 fans through the gates to secure this item. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase your tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
And guess what the big story right now on ESPN is?
The lead story, huh? On their, what's this, Sports Center?
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Aiyuk.
Aiyuk.
Yep, your guy.
Adam
Aiyuk teams feel
Schefter.
urgency remains hopeful. Okay.
Everything that John Lynch had to say that we were just talking about.
Yep.
Brandon Aiyuk.
I'm kind of just, my head is spinning, Whitey, with this Aiyuk situation, because I don't know the sticking point. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people saying things, but nobody's really saying anything. If you know what I mean, like a lot of reports, but yet here we are in the same position we were last week, same position we were 2 weeks ago. And so it's I'm not sure where things are at with these two sides right now.
Let me just share this. You probably saw this, but I know you said you're a little weary today because you were up late working on something.
Yeah.
Your boy Trey, do you see what he says? Drapes, your humor is legendary. Always makes the day that much better. Appreciate you.
You know what, though? I'm going to give a special shout out to Trey.
Thank you.
I didn't hear him say anything funny. Did you, Jay?
No, dude, come on, man. Come on now.
I must have missed it.
Oh, man. Trey sent me a Instagram message earlier and said, just wanted to say what's up, Drapes. This is 831 Trey from the text line. Keep up the great work.
Nice.
On the radio station. Just make sure to limit that Eagles talk, he said.
That's, yeah.
But, that's, I mean, once a day I'll give you some Eagles takes. How about that?
And the Eagles did play last night.
Exactly. It's relevant right now. Exactly. So they got it done. But shout out to Trey, man. I love hearing from the listeners, especially if you want to give some love,
right.
The negativity you keep to yourself. But if you want to give us some love, we appreciate that.
How much negativity do the 49ers deserve right now? I shouldn't ask an Eagles fan.
Nah.
I'm going to ask you. Where is this?
I mean, and I know Trey, texted in about glad John Lynch didn't sound like Jerry Jones. But in the whole scheme of life, we haven't even gotten to the second preseason game yet. Now, if this was September 16th instead of August 16th, then we'd be having some problems. We've seen these negotiations drag on late in the camp and ultimately get settled. So I'm not going to bash them right now. Should have been done, yes. Should have been, from both sides, should have been taken care of. Would you rather, things be all hunky-dory and just nice and great? Yes, but it isn't right now. Now, like I said, if this comes up first week of the season and we're still sitting here, then that's a problem.
Did you know, I forgot about this. I saw this last night, and as you were talking, I was reminded the NFL season starts the first Thursday game 3 weeks from last night.
Damn, so we're 3 weeks away?
Yeah, from real football.
Ooh, I'll take back what I just said then. Like, what are the Niners doing?
There's time. I think your team plays 3 weeks from today, right? Against
we got the Friday night game
Brazil?
in Brazil. And I think Noah Eagles on the call on that one, because that's a Peacock game. I do believe.
That's a lot of birds.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Noah Eagles on the call for that. And I'm actually going to be watching.
On Peacock?
I got it. For like 2 years, I had no idea. I go to the Xfinity store. No, you actually have that. You're paying for it. I was like, what? And so,
thanks.
Yeah. So I'll be watching that one, Friday night game.
Remember a year ago, one of the storylines of 49er camp was the window. Is the window closing? And 49ers, I remember, didn't really, they got irritated with it, of course. I remember Trent Williams saying, I don't look at it that way. We're playing. Right. We want to win. We're not concerned with the window. So that's what was interesting to me about Diamador Lenore was on Richard Sherman's podcast, and he talked openly about this idea of the 49ers Super Bowl window closing and how this could be their quote unquote last dance.
Really that game versus KC. I think that's another game that's on the list that we have to win that game.
Right.
That game is like a must win. Like we got to get some type of get back, and then at the end get another get back. Right. We settle it off. Like we 0-1 against them. Well, I mean, since I've been on the team, we're 0-1 against them.
Yeah, don't bring up the old stuff. Don't bring up the old stuff.
Yeah, we're 0-2 against them, against the,
Yes, I do.
But I feel like this year, this is our year, and we are determined and focused and we know what's at stake. Like we know, like this could possibly be the last dance.
Right.
So we know what needs to be done.
Yeah, it's hardly breaking news, but to me, it's significant that a member of the player now is actually publicly saying, like, we know this could be it.
Right. And you know, and for a couple of reasons. When you look at the landscape of the NFL, what the Chiefs are doing is almost unprecedented. Like, and you go back to the NFC, the last team to make it to back-to-back Super Bowls was the Seattle Seahawks. You know, we're talking nine Super Bowls ago. And ever since then, it's been a different team. You know, and look at my Eagles, case in point. We thought, they would come back. You could argue San Francisco, the fact that they've been, to 2 Super Bowls in 5 years. I mean, their run has been extended. You know, it's been there for a while.
Right.
And
no, you're right, because that was a 2019, right? The Super Bowl. And that's a long time in football.
That's a long time in football. Exactly. And so, you know, when you look at it, it's hard to stay on top. Think about this, Whitey. When you look at, I'm going to go to the AFC, the Buffalo Bills window. It was like 1, maybe 2 years, then closed up really quickly. Cincinnati, you know, we thought they were the next big team, closed up quickly. Baltimore, haven't even been there, you know, and so it's hard to get back there. It's hard to win a Super Bowl. And so, you know, to Lenore's point, you know, just father time, like just history says, the window's not going to be open long. And then you look at the contracts and the decisions they have to make and everything, and I can see why.
Do you think that works for them or against them, Jay, or is it neither here nor there? I think they have, you know, enough veteran know-how where, if anything, that's going to be a positive for them. There's so many things that can happen that are out of their control. Maybe they don't get back to the Super Bowl. But as far as that, this could be our year. We need to focus. This could be our last chance. I think they can benefit from that.
Yeah, isn't it a mechanism? Do you guys think it's like, as he said, we have to focus up and make sure that we are locked and loaded and, you know, we don't take the regular season for granted, trying to get back to the Super Bowl or the playoffs? Like every week in the football in the NFL season, we know is important, unlike basketball sometimes, or, you know, where there's so many games, baseball. I think it's just something that they're all focusing on. I'm hoping it helps them. I truly am. I don't know, fellas. I mean, we seen with Drape's Eagles, they were highly focused at 10-1 last year. And I don't know what happened, but it seemed like they became unfocused at a certain point in time.
And I will say, to the Niners' credit,
he changed the subject real quick.
No.
But I mean, it's an example of that.
I've documented that. I've talked about that. To the Niners' credit, and you guys tell me, last year they were motivated by coming up short against the Eagles. They were motivated. Do you sense the same motivation for coming up short against Kansas City in the Super Bowl? I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and see. But can you get up again? Because you used that card already. We came up short. You know, we played that card.
And Drapes, they also used it 2020, 2021 when they lost that Super Bowl. The Chiefs were like, oh, it's Super Bowl or bust.
Right.
And they didn't get anywhere near it.
Close to it.
That.
Yeah. That's the question. And I think ultimately, you know, it'll be decided with the play on the field. You know, I mean, they have a tough schedule right out the jump, obviously, against Aaron Rodgers and company. And I think, you know, when you look at this Niners schedule, Jets, Vikings should be easier now. You know, no McCarthy out there, you know, at Rams. But then things can really open up. Patriots, Cardinals. And so I want to see how they are after the first 5 games.
Yeah, and like I said, we all know this. Football being football, there are just so many variables with the injury, one little bad break one way or the other, and you're done, no matter how focused you are. Yeah. So that's the thing that makes you a little anxious about this. Could be our last chance.
Yeah, you might be a little tight too.
Could
be.
You
know what I mean? Don't let a 2-game losing streak happen. And I'm not trying to, you know, take a shot, but, you know, guys start pointing fingers or, come on, guys, we can't be losing. You know, it could go sideways quickly, like we saw with Philly last year.
Meanwhile, the Kings are getting ready for their 40th season in Sacramento, and we have a top 40 all-time Kings update.
Ooh, okay.
From Jay coming up next on Sactown Sports.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Mom, meet Sarah.
From first-time Nana moments.
Yeah, welcome to Flight 101.
To annual girls trip moments. Your can't-miss moments are worth protecting against RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com.
So where should we go next?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
You know, a couple days ago, we were talking about, hey, I think the Kings are about to play their 40th season in Sacramento.
Yep.
I think it was yesterday they unveiled a logo. Did you see that?
Oh, I didn't see that.
40th season in Sacramento.
No, I did not see that. I didn't see that at all.
Yeah. So we have been trying to figure out the best way to honor the top Kings of the 40 years in Sacramento. Jay has been really taking this bull by the horns, these Kings by the crown. And I know, Jay, you've been putting together a panel, an esteemed panel, to help us determine the top X number of Kings. How are your efforts going? Are people are they on board with this, or are you find a lot of I don't know, I'll get back to you?
You know, it's funny, fellas. So I've been pitching out there. We're going to do top 40 for the 40 seasons, of course. And I think here on the Drive Guys, we've said that we're coming out with 10 honorable mention. And so the way I've kind of been, you know, I guess shooting it out there to all our candidates of the panel, it's kind of just saying, hey, pick your top 40, and then we'll throw out a few different pieces of criteria, importance, impact, winning, statistics, you know, keeping it light, of course.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. Every person and or combination, because we have a combination panel, a candidate for on our panel, meaning two people. They're going to act as one, but they're two people. They all said yes.
Really?
Would love to do
Everybody?
it.
Oh,
absolutely.
nice.
No one has said no yet.
Okay.
How about that?
So it's been very interesting. High remarks. A lot of people are excited because of, you know, the things, and they're like, look, we got to do this. I want to be a part of this. And, you know, so thankful that we have reached out as the Drive Guys to offer a place on the panel.
Have you been able to ask the G-Man yet?
The G-Man.
I know he's busy.
The G-Man has been in contact with the Drive Guys.
Uh-huh.
The G-Man is he is in.
Wow.
Okay, check him off the list.
Yes.
The G-Man.
The G-Man.
Of course, has so many, just like Drapes, has so many personal relationships with so many players throughout the 40 years there in Sacramento. And the G-Man was like, you know, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult. But, of course, we're doing it anonymously, you know, discreet. We're not releasing anybody's votes unless they choose to come on the show, unless they choose to, you know, via their own social network or their own medium to jump out and, you know, broadcast their votes, which some people are like, yes, I would love to come on and talk about my votes and how the top 40 finishes, fellas. So you can put the G-Man on the panel.
Count him in. Okay,
G-Man
good.
and Jerry are in.
Jerry, legendary Jerry Reynolds.
Should be good. You got to have those two guys on there, right?
Yeah. And Pete Youngman, do we know yet? I saw you on Twitter asking him.
So let's say this. We are, and this, I know we started at 8, and then Drapes was like, yeah, okay, 10 is a little too much. Drapes, I'm going to just say we've blew past 10.
Wow.
We blew past 12,
All right.
15, and 20.
Oh, wow.
Right? And so this is going to be an AI thing. We're going to take these votes and put them in a computer and let it spit it out for us.
We're going to end up with 40 people on the panel.
I know, right?
Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one vote.
You know what I'm doing,
nominee.
man? I'm going to ice it here just about. And we have some good representation, fellas. You tell me, some of your thoughts. Of course, you have us three right here. We've talked about the G-Man and the legendary Jared Reynolds, both of them legends in themselves. Of course, we got to keep it in the family. So we have our morning host, Carmichael Dave, the man who drove a Winnebago from here to London. If you ask him how he did it, I don't know how he did it.
To London, right?
Jason Ross, who's been on the radio call for many moons, next to G-Man. Of course, Henry Turner, the high flyer.
Yes.
Great. Friend of this show, of course. The honorary fourth man of the Drive Guys. He's a part of it. We have our midday, Alan Styles, who's a Johnny come lately.
Right. Styles, come on, man. This dude.
I was going to ask you, what do you guys think about Alan Styles being a part of this as he's a Warrior?
Man, he going to have, first of all, he's going to have Corey Joseph on there just because he think Kings basketball started about 5 years ago. And he's a Warriors fan.
I know.
No, you got no, Jay. I'm not going to diss Allen too much.
Got to revoke his pass?
Yeah, because
is that what you're saying?
You know what it is? He's on a Kings fan probationary plan. Ooh. You know what I mean? You know how when you start a new job, you get your 90 days. Well, you got to get at least a year in before you start.
I got to tell you, I thought that there would be a lot of back and forth on who would be on the list. I didn't know we'd have the debates about who's on the selection
committee. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'll leave it up to the people listening on the YouTube chat and driving and everything. Text us. Should Alan Styles, has he earned? Because if we're going to have Styles, you got to have Watkins, right?
Well, Watkins is in. Okay, he's a Sacramento native. He's been around. Right. Yeah, he's covered the team for a little bit, done some great digital work here around the team. So Watkins is in, but right now what you're saying is we got to take a preliminary vote to see if Styles is in.
I would vote Allen in.
That's our nice guy,
Whitey.
Whitey's.
I've known him a long time.
I didn't vote him out, but I'm saying man, it's, I don't know. Don't you got to have some equity in the city before you he's still on his first lease.
Fair question.
He's on his first lease. He's on his college lease.
You know what I mean? This dude, he ain't even allowed to live outside the dorms yet. You know what I mean? Get his own apartment.
He's got to stay on the grounds.
You got to stay on the grounds, right?
Can't even bring your car to school, right? Okay, well, we'll let the listeners vote on Styles 916-339-1140. So, and of course, we have our in-home Kings insiders and beat reporters, Brendan Nunez and Frankie Cardicelli, who are two of the youngsters who's part of this panel. And I think we have to cover all demographics, fellas. I think we have to be fair.
We have Tony?
Well, slow down there, fella. Slow down there, fella. We're covering all demographics, but we do. When you say Tony, are you talking about Antonio Ray Harvey? We are. Yes. Antonio Ray Harvey is a part of this panel. Yes, he is part of this panel, and he will be one of the constituents who comes on the show. He wants to come on and talk about the top 40 and or his votes. We have the king, the voice of the Kings, Inside Arena, PA. The man without the playing Scott Moak.
Yeah, gotta have him.
You see him over there. Yep. Sac Republic and of course Fox 40. Scott Moak is on here. Sean Cunningham with his Ron Artest Meta World Peace Top 5.
He got us started on. Got us rolling.
And Sean's been a part of the Kings, organization not part of it, but he has been a friend of the organization for many moons.
He used to have Chris Webber on his answering machine.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Sean's a part of it. We're going to include the fan vote, which you'll see roll out here on Sac Sports 1140 next week, starting a Monday somehow, some form. It's either going to be Monday or Tuesday, according to our digital team. So the fan vote, like All Stars, they'll be a part of it.
Okay.
Mr. Sam Amick, the national, national voice.
That's good.
Who's close to Sacramento, of course, being from around here from the Bay Area, Northern California, been covering the Kings. Sam Amick, he's part of our panel. We have
the perfect guy.
Jay's getting Jay know everybody too.
Jay?
Yep.
Well, people can, but they do. You guys say no. But
anybody say no yet?
No. No one has said no. Pete Youngman's going to be the test.
Yeah,
he's the test. I'm putting the pressure on him. I'm announcing him on air right now. So Pete, we need you, man. Check me out on Twitter. How about this? Because again, demographic, equal opportunity. This is what we do. I figured we had to get the King's Herald. We had to get Ethos. We had to get Cowbell Kingdom, those people. So we got Akeisha Acostas from the King's Herald. He's the editor-in-chief.
Okay.
We have Jill Adge of Ethos Kings.
Oh, good. I was wondering if
Jill
would be there. Yeah.
We've reached out to the Royal Pain, Matt Issa. So we're waiting on the confirmation. Him and Peter are the last two.
This list is going to be great.
Hall of Famer, new Hall of Famer, HOF, sign lady, sign man.
Oh, good. Okay.
The Russ family.
Yep.
They're in the building. They are confirmed part of the panel.
That's great.
So we're jumping around, fellas. Right now, we are 24.
Oh my
God. Or excuse me, we are 22 with Pete Youngman and now preliminary with Alan Styles. So we're at 22.
That's gonna be quite a list.
Anybody we're forgetting?
Rock solid.
Who are we forgetting? Who in Sacramento needs to have a voice?
It's a good question. We'll have to consider it. I want to show this while we're considering that. Did you see this, Drapes? This was on the Phoenix Suns on their schedule release. Did you see what they had for the Warriors? I apologize for those who can't see it. You see what that is? This is for Warrior fans.
That's
they have
amazing.
A band and they have a wagon.
Exactly. I love it. I love it.
Warrior fans, band, wagon fans.
Yeah, those Warrior fans, they're jumping off the wagon right now, right? They are literally jumping off the wagon. They got about another 2 years of relevancy, if you will, because Steph Curry's about to hang them up in a few years. And so it'll be interesting to see. Do we let them back in the club, though, Jay? Do we let them back in the Sacramento Kings club? Those Warrior fans, those turncoats that, used to be Kings fans, then went Warriors. Do we let them back in the club?
I'm going to say just like you did with Alan Styles, you preliminary.
Right.
90 days before you get your health benefits.
Right. And if you go to a Kings Warriors game, you got to wear Kings gear. You got to prove it to us, right? Yeah, prove your
not
loyalty.
Only just at the arena, I need to see you organically day to day put it on.
Yeah, that's true.
Come on now, don't pump fake just because you're in front of 17,000 and Kyle Draper and all them because you're on TV.
At some point, Jay, you have a name that you think is controversial that you're going to share with us today at some point?
Yes.
A top 40 name?
Yeah. And I say that because I was going through preliminary, like Whitey did.
Right.
Just throwing down, throwing names at the wall. Fellas, this name is it's controversial in Sacramento. And it's interesting because no one has brought him up yet. And I'm pretty sure you've seen his name, Whitey, because you've already went through the list of everybody, the complete entire Sacramento Kings roster list. But I was like, how has no one brought this man up yet? Super interesting.
All right.
Yeah, that's a nice little tease there.
It's gonna stir it up a little bit. All right. So we got that coming up too. And we'll give you as we say, every opportunity to let us know what you think. And you can always text us or give us a call. So we put together the definitive top 40 Kings list as we get ready for their 40th season in Sacramento. Your guy, Rick Campbell, is going to join us. NBA and XM Series, some thoughts on the upcoming season and the brand new schedule. That's next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center with your Friday forecast. We're looking at plenty of sunshine for today, and for the afternoon, we're going back to average. Highs will peak today in the low to mid 90s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Coach Doug Christie here to remind you, if you're in the market for a new car, shop Folsom Lake Kia. Low interest rates, low payments, and zero down deals with approval of credit. Folsom Lake Kia, over 25 years, right here in Folsom.
As a mom, I'd do anything to keep my child out of physical pain.
Dr. Pamela Maida is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon.
As a doctor, I know that growth spurts can cause pain in my child's feet, and that can affect their legs and back too.
Good Feet Youth Arch Supports are designed to alleviate, even eliminate common pain.
Investing in youth arch supports for your child or team is one of the best decisions you can make.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Whether you own a local business or a global one, you know that these days, generating growth is a challenge. By teaming with Bank of America, you'll not just stay ahead of the curve, you'll move it. With access to experts, award-winning insights, and business solutions so powerful, you'll make every move matter, locally and globally. Visit bankofamerica.com/banking for business to learn more. What would you like the power to do? Copyright 2024 Bank of America N.A.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884. Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk on the floor. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Farmally, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
This is a great idea. I hadn't thought of this. From Eli McFly. Don't know if it's possible, but Eli asks, is Slamson on the panel? That's a good idea.
How he gonna vote? He can't talk. He can't. Can he type?
He expresses himself.
Okay. All right.
Very eloquently.
Okay.
Yeah, he can write things.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
I hadn't thought of that. Best mascot in the NBA.
Slamson.
He used to do a lot of stuff that I just don't think they let mascots do anymore.
Oh, really? Like what?
Yeah. He'd be like rollerblading down the steps of the concourse.
Really?
Yeah. He did some
Wow.
crazy stuff. He's a tremendous athlete.
Really? Yeah. They don't let him do that.
I don't know.
stuff
That's just
anymore.
my guess because there's
Okay.
stuff, and maybe it's because of the way the new building is actually constructed compared to the Arco 2. But he used to do stuff like coming down the aisles, like, whoa,
Yeah, crazy. Yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Rick Campbell is going to be joining us in just a moment here from NBA on XM Series, and he works with your buddy, right? Antonio Daniels.
Yeah, Antonio Daniels, great show. Rick Kamla, knowledgeable about the game, one of the most entertaining guys, and excited to have him on.
And here he is from NBA on XM Sirius, Rick Kamla. How are you today, Rick?
What's up? It's good to be on with you guys, man. You guys enjoying this off season?
Yeah, man. Where you at? On the beach in Orlando somewhere right now? I know you're a Florida guy, right?
I am I'm from Minnesota, so I guess I'm a Minnesota guy, but
Yeah.
I live in Florida right now. So happy to have escaped the torturously cold weather, the frozen tundra, as they say. Be happy for me, man. Be happy for me. I've graduated to the better life down here in Florida. But no, we're on the Gulf Coast. I'm at a splash pad right now. My daughter's running around, and we're having a good time. But I'm ready to talk hoops with you guys.
Well, we appreciate that. We appreciate your time, Rick. We're just wondering, is there one thing above anything else that jumped out to you about the brand new schedule?
Guys, I don't understand why there's a cluster of teams that play 16 back-to-backs and a cluster of teams that play 13 back-to-backs, and then there's all different shapes and sizes in between. Why? Because I know that front offices bellyache about this. Like, if I'm a team with 16 back-to-backs and I see the Lakers and Celtics with 13 back-to-backs, I'm crying foul. That doesn't make any sense to me, okay? Why don't we standardize it and have it so that every team plays the same amount of back-to-backs? Because they do so much to level the playing field. The new CBA levels the playing field.
Yep.
The final day of the regular season levels the playing field. You know, nobody plays at night and all that kind of stuff. You've got you play against everybody in your conference 3 times. You play everybody in the other conference 1 time. And so I don't understand why they don't standardize the back-to-back thing, because, if you're the Pelicans, you got 16 back-to-backs. The Lakers have 13. I'd be crying foul if I were David Griffin on that. And it seems like it happens every year.
No, you're right. Rick Hamlin joining us. One of the things that bothered me, Rick, about the schedule, and we talked about it on our show yesterday, is when I look at the Kings schedule, they played the Lakers in December 3 times in 10 days. Then in February, they played the Pelicans 3 times in 6 days. Like, do you know how the league comes up with this schedule? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't. I mean, I know, and you guys know that arenas and concerts and all that kind of stuff is involved with this, and monster truck events and all the kind of stuff that we have in these arenas. I don't like baseball series, I'll tell you that right now, because it's like, all right, you got Dallas at Portland on a Wednesday, and then you got Dallas at Portland on a Friday, and you're covering the league as you guys do, and you're like, am I having deja vu? Didn't Dallas just play at Portland?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, they played there 2 nights ago. So to me, it creates boredom and fatigue. And then you've got like the Pelicans play the Portland Trailblazers 3 times in the first 10 games. What is that? I mean, well, let's spread it out a little bit, because it just gets monotonous at that point, I think.
Yeah, Rick Hamlin with us, NBA on XM series. I know that, Rick, you posted a poll on X, and I know you probably haven't been checking it for a while, but you had a poll on X asking fans which new look team in the West they're most excited to watch. Do you know how the Kings are doing in that poll? How well do you think they should be doing in that poll?
Well, they should be doing well, because y'all made a splashy move with DeMar DeRozan, and I haven't checked those results. I got off the air at 4, and I've been, kind of on the family tip since then.
Sure.
But my answer was the Pelicans, because of all the questions with this team. Is Zion going to start at center? Is he going to finish the game at center? Does CJ McCollum come off the bench? Are they going to trade Brandon Ingram to get a Walker Kessler, or to get a starting center that we all kind of look at as a starting center? God bless Daniel Tice. So I'm the most excited to watch the New Orleans Pelicans and see how all the puzzle pieces fit, because guys, they traded Larry Nance and Dyson Daniels and E.J. Liddell and some picks for DeJounte Murray. It was one of the great heists in NBA history, in my opinion. One of the worst trades in NBA history from the Hawks' perspective. But what it did, you brought in DeJounte, and you didn't take anything away from your core. So now you've got to sort that all out. And so it's a beautiful luxury for Willie Green to have. But like they say, it's tough to coach talent, and you've got to vet all of that. Guys, what I think this is going to come down to is they're going to have to go to C.J. McCollum and be like, yo, we need you to come off the bench. Because to me, they have to start DeJounte Murray. You have to start Herb Jones to get the 3-and-D guy in there. Ingram and Zion aren't coming off the bench. So you're probably not going to want to start games with Zion at the 5. That means you're going to have to start Tice at the 5 for the first 5 minutes of these games. And then it will get obviously very rotational from there. But to me, that involves C.J. McCollum coming off the bench 5 minutes into the game. Does he want to do that? I hope he does, but that would be the presentation that I had for him. You're deep in your career, you're paid, let's go win a championship. And to do that, we need you to come off the bench. And I haven't even mentioned Trey Murphy, who we all love, and we're all anticipating a big spike from him. So this is a very intriguing team. I'm excited to watch them.
Rick Hamlin joining us, and I hadn't even thought about that in terms of the Pelicans and their lineup question marks, I guess, if you will, going forward. Rick, when you look at the Sacramento Kings, obviously you got DeMar DeRozan, Domantas Sabonis. We look at De'Aaron Fox and we say he's one of the top point guards in the league. But then when you look at the landscape of the Western Conference, really the league, and see how great all these teams' guards are, Dallas with Kyrie and Luka, obviously Steph Curry. Where does Fox fit in the pecking order, you think? Let's just say the West.
I think he's second tier, which is no shame and no dish. You know what I mean? You've got Steph at the top, and you've got Luka and SGA, and then Fox is right there in that second tier. I think he's absolutely terrific. And what De'Aaron Fox is going to have to do, and what Sabonis and DeRozan and Monk are going to have to do, we go back to that word sacrifice. That's how it's going to work in Sacramento. And it's very interesting, and you guys know all about this. De'Aaron Fox is entering a walk year. He did not, at least a very important contractual year. I'll phrase it that way.
Right.
He has declined the extension and wants to play it out and stuff like that. And to me, what more do the Kings need to do? They re-signed your homie, Malik Monk.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was kind of a low-dough deal, actually. I thought there was going to be more on the open market for him. So we checked that box. We went and made a big-time splashy move to get DeMar DeRozan. All right, here's the pen. Can we? No, we can't get you under contract. So that's kind of a weird deal, kind of a cloud hanging over this team a little bit for me. I wouldn't go down the distraction road, but, for heady guys like us, that's something that I'm definitely keeping in my mind. And so De'Aaron Fox is thinking about payday, max, all that kind of stuff. And you've got to have stats to get that. But the thing is, he's going to have to take a little bit of a haircut with the stats to make this all work for the Sacramento Kings. So that's a heck of a juggling act. But to me, Malik Monk is going to be the biggest sufferer of this, coming off of a career year, running a lot of 1-5 pick and roll with Sabonis with Fox on the floor. I'm not sure how much of that we see this year now that DeMar DeRozan is in there. So I think Malik Monk is going to have to take a big sacrifice here. But he just got paid, so, he shouldn't be as worried about the stats as he was this past year.
Yeah, we've been talking about that, Rick. Yeah, we're with you. Rick Kamla with us. How good are Memphis and San Antonio going to be?
Great question. I'm really psyched about both teams, but guys, Memphis, obviously, they were living in the top 4. Even that year where Ja missed a bunch of games, they were 20-5 without him, with Tyus Jones playing very, very well. I'm very excited about Memphis. I'm super excited to watch what they do with Zach Edey. Does he start? Is he a third stringer? Does he play some G League ball? It could be from it literally could go from G League to starting. I don't know. So I'm really fascinated with that. But let's talk about San Antonio for a minute, guys. And to me, you guys getting DeMar DeRozan kept San Antonio down. You know how LeBron James does the silencer dance and he pushes down as he raises up his knees? That's what you guys did to San Antonio, because I wanted them to get DeMar DeRozan. And if they would have gotten DeMar DeRozan, I'd be really bullish on them. Oh, for sure, top 10 in the West. They're going to be in the play-in tournament. They might even make the playoffs. And now I'm like, nah, I still have them as a bottom 5 team. I'm not the biggest Harrison Barnes guy. He's a corner 3-point shooter, not a great defender. He's just kind of a decent player. Sorry, that's just how I view it. And you bring in Chris Paul. I like that ad, but it's not enough. Guys, this is the best the West has ever been. Ever. There's one team, 2 teams that you can completely rule out of competition. Portland and Utah. Yeah. And if Utah said, hey, this year we're going to go for it, maybe they could be in the play-in tournament, but we know it's all about Cooper Flag for them. So there's 2 teams you can rule out. There's 13 teams that are viable here. I don't think it's ever been like that. So for me, not getting DeMar DeRozan is going to keep San Antonio out of that play-in tournament. And frankly, it's kind of a buzzkill because we all love Wemby. We all want to see the upside of him in these biggest of games. But you all getting DeMar DeRozan, I think, really kind of kept the San Antonio Spurs in that bottom 5.
Rick Kamla joining us here on The Drive, guys. Rick, how far back, a step back, do you see Denver and the Clippers taking? I think the loss of KCP is massive for them. That is an outstanding question.
Okay, so let's talk about the Clippers very, very quickly here, all right? And then let's move on to Denver. I got one word for the Clippers. Timber! Crashing in the forest, okay? Crashing, okay? It's a huge sequoia tree up there in Northern California. Huge sequoia tree, boosh, falling down to the ground. And people were there to hear it, okay? So it actually did happen. All right, so they're bottom 5, guys. Because the Clippers they're going bye-bye. And I know they're going to sell us on Intuit Dome and Kawhi and James Harden. I ain't buying that for a second, okay? Now, let's get to the team that really matters here, Denver. I'm salty, man. I love the Westbrook get, but the Westbrook get was like a Hail Mary, okay? And I do like it. But losing Kentavious Caldwell-Pope over the second apron doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
I get the lay of the land. You don't want to be a second apron team. Suck it up, boo-hoo. You can't let him go. You have a chance to rip off 2, 3. What if they're second apron the next 2 years with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and they win 2 more chips? Now you have a dynasty.
Right.
And then now you cleanse and get out of the second apron and you can do that. But I'm going to keep the asset guy. The reports were from Tony Jones of The Athletic that the offer was super similar between Orlando and Denver. And so to me, it came down to Denver, not throwing a couple extra logs on the fire to keep your guy. And then Calvin Booth had that press conference where he was very wishy-washy about keeping Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and immediately played the Christian Brown card. And me and Antonio Daniels on Give and Go were like, uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. It sounded like Calvin had already turned the page to what was next. And in fact, I think that's exactly how they approached it. So I'm salty with Denver's offseason. Guys, it would not surprise me if they fall out of the top 4 and they are on the top 6 bubble this year. Wow. I still have them in my top 6, but it's not in cement.
Right.
Okay, you've got the Pels, you got Phoenix, and then you got the big 3, which is Dallas, Minnesota, OKC. But then you've got like the Lakers, the Pels, the Nugs, and teams like that. So, even the Kings, if it all comes together to a beautiful boil, could be top 6. So to me, Denver's got a lot of downside.
Rick, it felt like we were taking you to the dentist, man, to get you to mention the Kings there. Man, we were waiting for it, big fella.
Yeah, I mean, here's why I didn't immediately go to the Kings, guys. I love the go-for-it move with DeMar DeRozan. I do. You didn't give up a first-round pick. You didn't give up Kevin Huerter. But I don't know if it's going to work. Okay, it's offense on offense on offense. And to me, Keon Ellis has to start. And me and Antonio debated this the other day. He's like, nah, if Huerter and Monk are healthy, I think one of them is going to start. I'm like, well, then where's your 3-and-D guy? Mm-hmm. And he's like, so to me, I think Keon Ellis has to start for that team. And then you've got Monk and Huerter off the bench. But I don't know, man. I'm a big Keegan Murray fan. We got to unleash him. We got to green light him. Well, that ain't going to happen with DeMar DeRozan there. The best announcer call in the game is Keegan Murray. Okay, but we're not going to hear all that much of it. So I question the fit, guys. I still have your Sac Kings reluctantly and hesitantly here being on your air. I still have them in the play-in tournament bracket.
All right, Rick. Hey, listen, you've worked too much this week. We appreciate your time. Back to the pool party. Have a great weekend. We hope to talk to you again soon. I
appreciate you guys, man. Have a great summer.
All right,
Rick.
Take it easy. Yeah, you can tell that he's been hanging out with Antonio Daniels because, Pelicans.
Right. I heard the Pelican. We kept waiting. Please mention the Kings, please. And then he's like, and the Kings. And I was like, all right, yeah.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate that when you got a guy from another market or national and they come in here and they realize they're in Sacramento, but they're still going to tell you, I like it, but I don't know.
Yep.
Rather than patronizing.
You
guys are great.
Blowing smoke up. Yep.
Yeah. Of course, he's wrong, but we'll see. No, we'll find out. Why are so many people so upset about what Carmelo Anthony said? That's coming up on Sactown Sports.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Gotta change my oil.
How about Valvoline Restore and Protect? It restores and protects your engine to run like new.
Get in zone. It restores your engine to factory clean?
And protects.
Get in zone. So Valvoline Restore and Protect restores and protects.
Now you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for $37.99.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Hey, what are you doing up on the step stool?
About to clean these light fixtures. The whole family's coming over. And if there's even a speck of dust in the house, my abuela will find it.
Here, I got a Swiffer duster to help with that.
A Swiffer what?
A Swiffer duster. It has this cool extendable handle that reaches 6 feet to get high and low, with fluffy dusters that easily trap and lock dust.
So no more step stool?
No more step stool.
Easily trap and lock dust from hard-to-reach places with the Swiffer duster. Love it or your money back.
With only 3 homestands left, the Sacramento Rivercats season is nearing the end. Make your plans to head to the ballpark this week while the Rivercats are in town. Join us on Friday, August 16th for the Mount Core 4 statue giveaway as we celebrate the San Francisco Giants bullpen legacy of Jeremy Affeldt, Santiago Casilla, Javier Lopez, and Sergio Romo. Be one of the first 2,500 fans through the gates to secure this item. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase your tickets, visit rivercats.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can easily find coverage options that fit your budget. If only it was that easy to name your baby.
How about Jaden?
No.
Okay. Michael?
Went to middle school with a glue-eating Michael.
Sebastian?
Dated one in college.
How about Damien?
Vampire name.
All right. Greg?
Not feeling it.
Okay. No worries. Jeffrey?
Oh, love that one.
Wait, really?
No.
Find coverage options that fit your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale or roll around. And it's here. Stop in this weekend to save big. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
All right, Michael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Carmelo Anthony said something a couple days ago, and people went bonkers, and we've been meaning to get to it, so we'll address that in just a moment. But before we do, what'd you think of what Rick Campbell had to say? As I said, I appreciate the fact that he came in here. He's like, I'm not sure it's going to fit, guys. He's not sold on what the Kings are doing, even though he likes it, but doesn't like it a lot.
Yeah, we appreciate Rick. We respect his takes and what he thinks, but
you need a moment to finish that.
Yeah, I got my beef jerky here, man.
I don't want Jade out to give you a Heimlich or something.
I know. I might need some water too. It's kind of dry. Excuse me. Snack time here for people watching on YouTube.
There's an endorsement waiting to happen.
Jack Link's beef jerky. I think based out of Minnesota too, I believe, right? Yeah, I think so. Or Wisconsin, excuse me. So,
okay.
Yeah, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine. Oh, we just had Rick Campbell on from the Give and Go show with Antonio Daniels, NBA XM series. And he says he likes the Kings and he likes the DeRozan move. They didn't give up much, but he seemed to think that something's got to give in terms of production. He thinks that Keegan's not going to be scoring as much. De'Aaron Fox probably have to give up a little something, even though he's going to want to put up numbers so he can get that max extension. Malik Monk, as we've discussed, going to have to he's going to have to give up something. But I don't think that's really the Kings' problem.
Yeah.
They have issues, but I don't think that's it.
Yeah, and the way their offense is, equal opportunity offense, and the way that, we crunched DeRozan's numbers, willing passer.
Yeah.
This guy can get you 6-7 assists a game, if you will. And so I just don't see the issue. I think anytime you put in a 24-point per game scorer on a team, it's how does he fit? It's not like you're adding a role player. Because a role player, you don't really care. When you add a big piece like DeMar, but it was our offense that failed us time and time again at times last year. We were so one-dimensional. And
it wasn't a very efficient offense.
Not efficient.
Overall.
Exactly.
Yeah, there were times they had big nights, but overall it was not what it needed to be.
Yeah, exactly. And DeRozan, one of the most efficient players in the league, especially from the mid-range. And so I respect Rick. I enjoy listening to him on the show, Give and Go, with our boy AD, Antonio Daniels. But he's just spouting some of the same, nonsense that we hear from the Hollingers and the O'Connors and the people who haven't really watched the Kings up close and personal and seen exactly what this team needed.
Yeah, I still think their biggest issue is still at the other end. But I know, talking to Jerry when we had Jerry Reynolds on, I said, have gotten better offensively and worse defensively? He said, no, they're about where they were defensively. So
right. And let me ask you this too: was last year's defense solid? Like, were you okay with last year's defense, or is that a glaring need still going into the
Certainly
season?
got better, didn't it?
Right.
Down the stretch
And
with the rule changes or the different way they interpreted the rules.
And what did they finish? 13th, I think it was 13th or
Something,
14th,
yeah,
like right there.
Which was, we'd said before the year started that would
middle of the pack.
Huge achievement.
Exactly. And so, I do think you need somebody else probably with some size, but our offense, when you go from number 1 to number 7, 8, 9, or whatever it was last year, that's a problem for the Kings. And DeMar, I think, will, cure some of that.
I do think Rick Campbell made a great point about Keon Ellis. Because if you look at all the offensive players, and you want to have somebody who can still be a threat offensively, but is not going to be worried about having the ball, as good a defender as he is. It's not usually your 2 guard who performs or plays that role, but I think he would be a good fit in that regard.
Yeah, you're right. I've said Kevin Huerter. I haven't said Malik. I think we're all in agreement Malik will still come off the bench.
Mike Brown all but told us he's not starting.
Yeah, it's going to be Huerter or it's going to be Keon Ellis. And the thing with Keon, man, is if he knocks down the shots, it's going to be hard to keep him out of that starting lineup. We know what he brings defensively, and we know what kind of coach Mike Brown is, Whitey. And it just hit, the light bulb just went on in my head. Mike Brown preaches defense, values defense. Who's a better defender, Huerter or Keon? So it's looking like it might be Keon Ellis at that.
Trey's right. You do say funny things.
Yeah, I know, right? See, I'm just asking a question. Who's the better, rhetorical question, if you will.
I know. All right, here's what Carmelo said. This was Basket News Dontas Urbanas on a recent podcast. Asked Carmelo, would you trade your Olympic medals for NBA rings? And here's what Carmelo had to say.
Would you trade your 3 Olympic gold medals for 1 NBA ring?
I've never been asked that question. No. When we talk about global sport, for me, a medal means something totally different than an NBA championship. They both have their own separate meanings, but winning a gold medal, it's the passion, it's the pride that you have, not just for a city or a state, for a whole nation, for a whole country you're winning for. So it's a different level of, I would say, pride that you have to have when you're wearing USA across your chest or you're wearing Lithuania across your chest, right? It's a totally different feeling than Knicks, New York across your chest.
And I believe wasn't it Stephen A. that went ballistic?
Oh, went ballistic. That? Man, Mad Dog. Yeah. Yeah. I'm actually going to be on Carmelo's side with this. Every year you get a new NBA champion. In the Olympics, it's once every 4 years. And so it's a more select club, if you will, to win an Olympic medal. And also, he's representing the country. When you win an NBA championship, you're celebrated in that city. When you're winning an Olympic medal, you're celebrated around the country. And I will say this too, Whitey, we can't have it both ways. We can't, talking about Stephen A. Smith and Mad Dog, we can't be like, oh, Carmelo's crazy. What is he talking about? The NBA championship is so much better. But then get on our case, get on the players' case when they lose the Olympics. We didn't value that. We don't care about the Olympics, I thought, as much. I thought it was all about the NBA championship. And it seems like, so that's why I'm on Carmelo's side on this. I will say, because he did not win an NBA championship, he probably doesn't know, what it feels like to win a title. Right. So it's probably hard to say, for this unknown.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. First of all, you ask him the question, would you do this? Whatever his answer is, that's his answer. You can't say he's wrong.
Right.
I think most of us would agree winning an NBA title is probably a more difficult accomplishment than winning an Olympic gold medal for a country that still is dominant in basketball. But to me, the fact that Carmelo, he never won a ring, I'm glad that he says that because it shows he's okay with it. You don't want someone, oh, yeah, boy, I sure wish I'd won a ring. Right? He didn't win one. Oh, well. But he feels good about what he did accomplish. So he's in a good space. And as far as what Stephen A., the Knick fan, or Bad Dog, I can't believe he said that, it just doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter. And like you said, it's his opinion. Like what, if you ask Stephen A. Smith, he'd say NBA. And all right, that's your choice. That's your opinion.
Yeah.
But, for me, it would probably be Olympic gold medal because you're that group, meaning you're the best team in the world. No Lyles can't say nothing about the Olympic champion.
You personally would rather win a gold medal than a ring?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
100%. 100%. Because it's when you play on team, and I guess part of it has to do with role also.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm playing a Christian Laettner role, I really don't belong there. But when you make an Olympic team, arguably you're one of the best 12 people in the NBA. You've reached a certain status. You know, if you win a championship next year, like think about it. We've already forgotten about Denver championship a year ago. It's somebody else. But this Olympic team, man, it will forever be cemented. Think about it too. We talked about it also, Whitey. Late 70s. Nobody remembers those Seattle Supersonics teams, but we remember 1980. We remember 1984, 88, the team that lost. We remember Olympic teams, I think, stick with you longer and more ingrained in you than, a random NBA championship.
1980, we didn't go.
That was Russia.
So Isaiah Thomas was saying when he found out we weren't going, he broke down.
Because, that was his chance. Yeah, he was the man back then.
Yeah. Obviously, if that's the way you look at it, I can't say you're wrong. Me personally,
you're an NBA guy?
I would rather. I just think it's a more difficult thing to accomplish. But I get it, everything about national pride. It's like, as you said, you want to represent, a city where you're really representing the people that pay you or your country. I get that. But to me, you win an NBA title, those flags fly forever. I tend to remember those more than who was on this Olympic team or that Olympic team.
Really?
But that's just me. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess that's where we differ because like I said, there's, nobody's going to be remembering that Toronto Raptors team 40 years from now.
Oh, are you kidding me? Pascal Siakam, baby.
Pascal was a role player back then, Whitey. I mean, but that, and that's your prerogative.
Marc Gasol.
Oh, was he on that team?
I think he was.
Was he? See, won't he remember? I don't even know. So somebody said he was asked. So he asked him if he would trade 3 gold medals for an NBA ring. Like if I had 3 gold medals and somebody said, "Would you trade 1 for a ring?"
Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, I would. Mm-hmm. I probably wouldn't trade all 3 of my gold medals for an NBA championship.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still would rather have the ring. But I get it. I get it. How about you, Jay? No wrong answer here.
Yeah, I'm like Drapes. I think I'm looking for a gold medal, and the only reason I say that is because
you guys are patriots.
Well, yeah, I got you, but I understand where Drapes is going. To get to the NBA, you're 1%. To get to the Olympic team, you're like 0.001%, and then you still have to win on top of that. Mm-hmm. So I'll probably take the gold medal. Like don't get me wrong, there are thousands of people who have played in the NBA, and that's not a lot when you look at the whole grand scheme of things. But there's 100 people who have played on the
Olympic team, like
not even 100.
Gold medal looks better at your house than a NBA ring.
Oh yeah,
that's super exclusive. I feel like
it is.
That's super exclusive. Yeah,
just for people we had B-Boy Morris in here yesterday, and he was talking about like to even get to the Olympics, to even qualify. Like you got to be a 0.00000, top of what you do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got to take a break.
Yeah. Ooh, having too much fun with this one.
Yeah. John Lynch admits the Aiyuk negotiations have become heated. Next, Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, Go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
For most of the people that walk in our store, it's been an ongoing, nonstop issue, and they're finally walking into the Good Feet store. Okay, the guy that came into my store last year that has had plantar fasciitis for 30 years. I looked at him, I said, "Are you kidding me? I've been here for 14. Where have you been?" I helped relieve a problem that's plagued him for 30 years. I mean, how do you not go home and talk about that?
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectibles store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Experience a golf tournament as refined as you are. The Pro Court Championship at Silverado Resort, September 12th through the 15th. Be there as the best of Napa meets the best of the PGA Tour. With world-class wine experiences, breathtaking views, and incredible golf. It's like this weekend was made for you. The Pro Court Championship, September 12th through the 15th. For tickets, go to ProCourtChampionship.com.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacramento's official home for the San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sactown Sports.
The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Rob Dibble's going to join us bottom of the hour. That's your guy, right, Jay? Rob Dibble?
That's my guy.
Yeah. Among other things, we'll
Minus
talk.
beating A's.
What's that?
Minus beating A's.
Yeah, I got to ask him about that. They beat him, okay, but how'd they sweep him? We also got to ask Rob Dibble about this bizarre new idea in baseball where they're going to force starters to go 6 innings.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, we got to ask him.
Yeah,
that.
we will get to that. John Lynch had some interesting things to say about Brandon Aiyuk. We'll get to that in just a moment. But I really am interested to know if you care to share with us here on the text line or give us a call or hit us up on the chat. Would you rather have, I guess to make it fair, it's 3 gold medals or 1 Olympic ring? But just which would you rather have? Right. A gold medal or an NBA ring?
For our discussion, which would you rather have? Gold medal or a NBA championship?
Because I'm definitely in the minority here in studio.
Yeah.
Speaking of the phones, see, Ashley has been hanging on. He joins us on Sactown Sports. What's up, Ashley?
Not much. How are you?
Good. What's happening?
Not much. Originally, I was calling about Brandon Aiyuk because I thought I had seen a new update on him, but I realized it wasn't the case. But I do also have a question on who you guys think would be re-signing first. Do you expect it to be Brandon Aiyuk or Trent Williams?
Thanks for the call. You're breaking up a little bit on us there, but we got that question. And it looks to me like they're waiting to get Aiyuk done first before they proceed with Trent Williams. Because I could see if they leapfrogged and said, "Oh, we'll get you, Brandon," then they gave more money to Trent Williams, Aiyuk's guys are going to go, "Whoa, wait
what about
a minute,
me?" Right? Yeah, this guy jumped ahead of me here. Yeah, I agree with you to an extent. You know, I find it odd and fascinating that we aren't hearing anything about the Trent Williams. Like, it's like, to your point, they aren't even talking. You know, there's no leaks, no reported offers or anything. It's like, Trent, chill, we'll take care of you. You know, maybe they're trying to give him some time too. You don't need to report to camp. You know, you're a veteran. We'll take care of you. You know, when we can. So that may be the thing. And also, you know, the Brandon Aiyuk Trent Williams thing is like having 2 kids. One kid, you know, you can leave alone. They'll behave. Ain't going to set the house on fire or nothing. The other kid is a bad. You got to keep an eye on him. That's what Aiyuk is. You gotta manage that situation. Whereas Trent Williams, he's on ice right now, and he's good with that.
Jay, do you think Drapes is speaking from experience there when he talks about?
I was a great kid. I was a fantastic. I'm telling you, I was the kid every parent wished they had, big fella. You know what I mean, Jay? Not to be cocky or confident or anything like that, but dude, straight A's, never late, always curfew.
Straight A's. Wait a minute. Slow down, big fella. Big fella. Hold on, big time. When the last time you got straight A's? Elementary, junior high?
Whew. I mean, I had some rough years. Okay.
Not perfect.
But for the most part, you know, a good kid, man. So yeah, I'm that guy, you know.
Should we say some A's? A lot of A's? A lot of A's?
Oh, yeah, a lot of A's. No, school was never an issue until I got to college. That you know, my story is, I'm sure it's like this for a lot of people. You go through elementary, middle, high school, you just breezing by.
Yeah.
Nice and easy. Then you get to college and you actually got to work.
Mm-hmm.
You got to study. I was too busy, you know, chasing girls and playing basketball. I ain't had time to study.
Yeah, no study habits, right? Because you didn't really need.
I didn't need that, and so I got a rude awakening, fellas. My first semester in college. I haven't told this story. My GPA, first semester college, 1.38. Woo! I remember it like it was yesterday.
This is a straight A's guy.
This was a full academic scholarship to Temple University, but got a 1.38 because I was messing around. It was freedom. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm living on campus. I ain't got to go to class. I could just wing this. Nope. Found out the hard way, boys.
I still have dreams. In fact, I think I had one last night that I got that paper due and I haven't done anything on it.
Ooh,
literally
you have those
still have
dreams,
dreams like
huh?
that.
You do. Okay.
Yeah. I remember those.
Jay's like, I lived that.
I've definitely been through that.
I had 6 weeks and I haven't done anything. And it's due Tuesday.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, man, those were the days, man. Those were the days. You know, I'm the type of guy too, fellas. You know, fall's about to come up. This is my favorite time of year. September, one of my favorite months. You know, back east, it gets dark at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. Leaves are changing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is my time of year we're about to enter into.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I never liked fall, but I've learned to love it. I never liked it because it's back to school.
Right.
But now you got basketball starting.
Right.
World Series and football.
It's really like the start of a new year almost.
Yeah. And I used to like it gets a little cooler, but I don't know that it does it.
Right. At least you gotta wait till like November. Yeah.
All right. We're still waiting to see what will happen with Brandon Aiyuk and when it may happen. And John Lynch today was on the 49ers flagship. Why is this taking so long? John Lynch says, gee, I don't know.
I wish I knew. I wish I knew, you know. As I said, we started early. It's consumed a lot of our time, my time. I don't like that it's taken this long, but it has. And you know, you deal with the challenges that you're faced with. I can tell you one thing, you know, lots of times when I'm talking to other GMs around the league on a variety of situations, you know, a lot of them will call and say, just pulling for you in that situation. I was in one last year or something like that. And, you know, one thing they always say is like, man, we'd love to have your problems. You got a lot of great players there. And I think that's kudos to this entire organization.
Kudos. The organization's great. We've got these terrible problems because we're so good.
To the
what we do, we have so many great players. It's a good problem to have. GM speak.
Yeah,
he gets an A in that.
No, he was great. He was fantastic. You know,
Stanford guy.
Right. He's what you want your organization to say, right? You know, no headlines, no controversy or anything like that. And so he's doing what Jed York and the higher ups are like, all right. Yeah. They aren't pissed off at him or calling him in the office. He handled that perfectly.
Yeah. Trying to put some positive spin on this awkward and difficult situation. And he says, yeah, it's a long, tough negotiation, but we're still working together on it.
It's been a long, arduous, hard process, hard journey. You know, we started this early and, you know, for whatever reason, haven't been able to get it across the finish line. That's been frustrating. But the communication still has been really good, both with Brandon and his agent, and we're trying to figure out solutions. And you know, I'm always hopeful. I'm an optimistic person at nature, and so I'm always hopeful that you know, we'll get there and get there soon. I can tell you, we feel the urgency to have him. The season's approaching, and we have ample time. And the good news is Brandon is a really, really hard worker. He's taken great care of himself this off season. He's in fantastic shape. But there's things you have to do on a football field and, you know, getting yourself in there with our team. So we're working hard. And hopefully there's a resolution soon.
Look, I get it, but it just cracks me up when he talks about, like it's a mystery that we haven't gotten this done yet. We're working for whatever reason.
I don't know why we
can't get it done. It's because he wants more money than you're willing to give him. Right?
Seems pretty simple, right? It's about money.
Figure this out.
Right. This is cut and dry.
And there's been a lot of talk about reports, actually, of bad blood now between the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk. What does John Lynch say about that?
No, there's not bad blood. I mean, negotiations can get heated. I think it's his first time going through that. But no bad blood. I mean, if people that are here see Brandon out here, there's love, a lot of love and respect for the relationship we've had and continue to have, and hopefully we'll have into the future.
So hopefully this thing works itself out soon. Now, if you're a 49er fan, you need some good news. Brock Purdy is supposed to start against the Saints. And more good news, Brock Purdy is finally getting the respect he deserves. We'll look at that when we come back to Sactown Sports.
Labor Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Labor Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. Ends 9/3/24.
Made a great deal at Maida. At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Number 1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
It's a myth to think you don't play golf well enough to get fitted for golf clubs. The professionals at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio would argue that playing the game with golf clubs properly fitted to your body and swing characteristics is the best way to improve your game and have more fun on the golf course. With a professional staff of fitters, all the major brands of equipment, and cutting-edge technology featuring TrackMan, the indoor-outdoor Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio is worth a look. See for yourself, Fulton Avenue at the Cap City Freeway. Schedule your fitting at 916-808-2531, 808-2531.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you were young, all you wanted in the summer was an ice cream truck to roll by. Now, you just can't wait for the Harbor Freight parking lot sale to roll around. And it's here. Stop in this weekend to save big. Maybe you're looking to fill up that tool chest. Maybe you're looking for a tool chest to fill up. You'll save money either way. Whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight. Valid until August 18th, 2024. While supplies last. Limitations apply.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
Hi, this is Frank LaRosa. And this is Scott Marsh. Join us weekly for Golf to Go right here on Sactown Sports. We talk to all the local golf experts in the area and give you the latest on all the courses as well.
And not to mention all the golf legends and celebrities, along with all the latest in equipment and tournaments too.
Most importantly, we'll just have some fun talking about a game that's fun to play.
You know it's my favorite hour of the week, Frank.
Golf to Go, Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. right here on Sactown Sports. Give us a listen. I think you'll enjoy it.
Real quickly, I got a minor bone to pick with my guy, the great Hall of Famer Frank LaRosa. I heard Golf to Go today on my way in.
Yeah, what do you say?
And he had top 10 reasons people love golf, okay? Which is
All
great.
right.
Number 8, I think it was. Number 8, I don't know why. It's just something I can't do without. I was like, Frank, that's not a
reason.
What?
Come on. Frank's our guy, too. What is he doing?
Most common reason is, I don't know. Come on.
Is this scientific data? Like, did he have a poll?
I thought
or
it was,
he put
but I think it was like one of those things like we were just talking about. You got a paper due?
Right. Yeah, I got to come up with something.
Golf to go in 20 minutes.
Let me come up with something. That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
I don't know. It's just something I can't do without. I can't explain it. I think we can do better than that.
You could come up with something other than that.
Yeah.
You know.
Frank's done it all. Maybe at this point he's like, whatever.
I can't explain it. He's just
Mail it
I
in,
don't
man.
know. Right.
All right, here's
Oh,
some
man.
good news for 49er fans, I think. And I'm wondering what you think of this, because obviously we go back and forth on Brock Purdy, and everybody does. It seems like he's getting more and more respect. Dan Orlovsky, ESPN, just ranked quarterbacks, the top 10 in these categories. Arm strength, Brock didn't make the top 10 in that. Ball placement, mechanics, decision-making, pocket presence, rushing ability. Brock didn't make the top 10.
Yeah, not on there.
And second reaction. So arm strength, of course, he had Mahomes first. But for ball placement, he goes Burrow, Tua, Mahomes, Stafford, CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, number 6.
Okay. That's
In the
pretty
whole
good.
league.
That's pretty good. Yep.
Yeah. Another category. Mechanics. Burrow, Stafford, Herbert, CJ Stroud, Dak, Jared Goff. He has Brock Purdy 9th in mechanics.
All right.
That doesn't impress you, does it?
Yeah, 9th. I mean, mechanics. Is Brock Purdy a mechanic guy? I don't know. I don't know.
Decision-making with the football. 1.
Oh, he got to be up there, though.
Aaron Rodgers. Stafford, Burrow, Stroud, Brock Purdy, number 5.
Yep. Okay.
Top 5 in the league.
I agree with that. Brock,
Do you?
Yeah, he makes great decisions. He doesn't turn it over that much. And so, yeah, for the most part, he does.
Pocket presence, he is 6th. Again, this is all according to Dan Orlovsky. Mahomes is 1st. And as I said, rushing ability, he's not on there. Second reaction ability. So being able to make a play central to quarterback success. 1 is Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Brock Purdy, number 4.
Damn.
Second reaction ability. This is according to a former professional quarterback, Dan Orlovsky.
Man.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. And he has made something out of nothing sometimes. Like, and it surprised me. I'm done hating on Brock. I'm not going to, throw shade or slander his way or anything. He's a solid quarterback.
Until the next day he goes 5 for 14 or something for 27 yards.
Let me ask you this, though, because I'm looking at, Orlovsky's list here. You got Caleb Williams, 6th in second reaction ability. How do we know? The guy is, you know what I mean? How's Caleb Williams on this? Play a game first, right? Yeah, just and I'm looking at the rest of his
number 9 on that list.
On the second chance. Gardner Minshew?
I didn't know that was on there. I know I'm kind of undercutting my argument. I included Minshew here because I truly believe he is one of the best at off-schedule plays.
He finds a way when the play doesn't work. His 64 QBR in situations in which the QB was pressured and left the pocket ranked 5th in the league last season.
Let me ask you guys your opinion of something that I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
There's a guy who's nowhere on any of these lists here by Orlovsky, and it wasn't that long ago he was considered one of the top quarterbacks in the game. What has happened to Russell Wilson, and how good is Russell Wilson right now? I don't know the answer because I know, his first year with Denver 2 years ago was bad. Last year, his numbers were actually really good.
Yeah.
But Seattle moved off him, goes to Denver, Sean Payton, I guess, and it just didn't work. They move off of him. Now he's trying to turn it back around in Pittsburgh. What happened to Russell Wilson?
That's a great question. And I don't know. And I don't know if he can still play. Is he still a starter in this league? To me, the Denver situation was doomed from the start. I mean, it was a bad situation. Sean Payton had a horrible year. I think Russell thrives in, how should I put this? Stability. Nice cocoon of positivity.
Having a great defense.
Yeah, having a great defense. And you mentioned it. You looked at his numbers last season. 20 touchdowns, only 8 interceptions. It could be better, obviously, in terms of.
Yeah, you're right. Those weren't great.
They weren't great, but they weren't like, a couple years ago in Seattle or anything like that, or his first year in Denver where he was 16 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. I think when you look at the NFL, Whitey, out of all the positions, maybe in all of sports, belief from the coach in your ability matters most when it comes to the quarterback position. And so when you have a coach that empowers you, like he had, in Seattle, versus what we saw in Denver, a coach that really didn't want you.
Yeah.
Kind of inherited you, if you will.
First year for him in Denver is when they had that just terrible situation, right? Where the coach was Coach Hackett, was it? Where he was incompetent?
Yeah. That was awful. And
Peyton came in last year and it's like, it wasn't Russell's fault.
Right. But then like 3 or 4 or 5 games in or whatever, remember the contract situation? They didn't want to play him, didn't want to pay him. And so it was just an awful situation. I look at, case in point, what we have here in San Francisco, when you have a coach and a quarterback in lockstep, what can become, what can happen. And you look in Philadelphia last year, reports that, Sirianni and Hurts, Hurts maybe didn't buy in as much, didn't trust him as much, didn't believe in the play calling as much, whatever. That can mess with the quarterback. And, Russell Wilson is what, 36 now? 35. He'll be 36 in November. Still relatively, you would think 3 or 4 more years.
By the way, I think you inadvertently cheated him out of some touchdowns last year. You had 26. I think you gave him 20.
Oh, yeah. Man, my eyesight is bad.
That's all right.
I need glasses. I need glasses right now. Yeah. 26. You're right. Yeah. Even better.
Yeah. But
Even better.
They didn't want to keep him.
Right.
They were like, nah, we don't want him anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. A 98 quarterback rating, which isn't terrible. It's not, the best ever, but it's not terrible.
It doesn't seem like teammates really respond to him either anymore. You know what I mean? If you go back to Seattle and you had Richard Sherman was chirping at him during practices, and I don't know.
Remember the report, was it last year or maybe his first year in Denver? He had his own office. He was kind of standoffish from the rest of the team and everything. And so maybe, the same way I said, a coach-quarterback relationship has to be in sync. A quarterback has to be viewed as a leader. A quarterback has to be a guy that his teammates will follow. And if you don't have your teammates backing, which I don't think he had in Denver and late in Seattle as well, it's not going to be successful.
One thing I read today is some people say now that he's older, he's not talk about that. What was it? Second. I forget that term that Orlovsky used. Second chance ability or whatever.
Yeah.
Some say he's lost. The 49er fans know all too well how devastating he can be when he slips out of the pocket, runs around and makes a play. Some are saying he just isn't as capable of doing that anymore. And as a result, he's not the same player.
Yeah, second reaction ability.
Thank you.
Is what he wasn't mentioned on any of these.
No,
nothing.
He's nowhere near
rushing ability.
List of the top
nothing.
Quarterbacks.
Wow, that's interesting, man. Yeah, and do we think Fields gets that job sooner rather than later? Once the season begins, if he's not the opening day starter,
I think Russ is going to make it happen this year.
Really?
Yeah. Not saying I want him to,
right?
But I think he's going to hold down that job.
Rust. Okay, all right. I have no idea. It's the numbers aren't bad, but will he win? Like, will he help you win games? We'll have to wait and see.
When we come back, Rob Dibble is going to join us, one of the nasty boys, and he's going to explain to us what he thinks of baseball's crazy new idea for a rule, which would make starting pitchers go 6 innings. It's bizarre. It can't work, right? Rob Dibble next, Sactown Sports.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now, during our biggest sale of the year, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery on select smart beds when you add any base. Limited time. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
Hi, welcome to Staples.
Hi, my son's teacher emailed his back-to-school list. He needs crayons and a comp book for every subject.
Okay, no problem. With Staples Hot Deals, you'll find super low prices on hundreds of items for back to school.
Oh, now they're saying he needs folders and glue.
You got it.
And markers?
Of course.
Oh, geez.
Can we get a card, please?
Save big on back to school with Staples Hot Deals. Right now, 24-pack Crayola crayons and comp books are only 50 cents each at Staples. Ends 8/24, in-store only, limit 10.
Hey, listen up. Get ready for an incredible lineup of live music and events with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. First off, it's Michael Franti at the Backyard in Sacramento on August 23rd. And Soul Fest 24 Live will be at Thunder Valley August 24th. Then take a trip back in time with 80s Rewind at Thunder Valley on September 1st. September 4th, it's Montgomery Gentry bringing their rockin' country to the Crest Theater. Then Train and REO Speedwagon will be at the Toyota Amphitheater on September 6th. And the Doobie Brothers are appearing there on September 10th. Also on September 6th, check out live music at Crawdads on the Lake with Jared Neiman. And you don't want to miss the Lodi Grape Festival, September 12th to the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. And you'll laugh out loud with George Lopez at Hard Rock Live Sacramento, September 21st. And looking ahead, it's Bad Religion at Hard Rock Live Sacramento on October 19th. And that's your Sactown Sports live events calendar, keeping you up to date on the hottest live shows in town.
When an overwhelmed injury victim calls Ashton or Price, we immediately remove their legal burden and introduce them to the very best medical care in the region. They focus on their health, and we handle all the rest. When they reach the end of their medical journey and are reunited with happiness and hope, we unleash our decades of legal experience to obtain maximum compensation. We are real, local, experienced litigators and snappy dressers, too. Consultation's free, and there's never a fee until we win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
At aimyourdigital.com, we'll help you target the right audience, build your leads, and crush your quota. Take your business to the next level. Our digital marketing strategies help grow awareness of your product or service, all while building trust in your business. Our approach involves leveraging multiple tools and strategies to deliver exceptional results that are customized to your unique business needs. Don't wait to run out of sales leads. Keep your business growing. Get started with aimyourdigital.com today.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's going on for the Make This the Summer Sales event?
We're calling it the Hoblet Ramapalooza. Right now, we have the biggest savings I can remember, with up to $18,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Laramie and limited Hemi 4x4s. And with over 400 new Rams available, you're sure to find your perfect new Ram truck at the Hoblet Ram Truck Center.
Now, what's this I hear about a Hoblet pre-owned super center?
We are super excited to celebrate the grand opening of the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Super Center. We have over 200 used cars available and over 80 under 20,000.
Well, you heard the man. Ramapalooza happening now, and you've got to check out the new Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Super Center. Search, select, and save through their full selection at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
18,000 net savings on select new 2024 Ram 1500 Laramies after 11,500 factory rebates and 6,500 dealer discounts. Rebates may include up to $3,000 in Hoblet coupons or $2,000 rebate for eligible trade-ins. All coupons available while supplies last. 5 trucks at this net savings. See dealer for details. Simple VIN 178-528.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
So this is one of Kyle Draper's songs that he's really into now, but not this version, right?
Not this version, but it's still solid. You know, Layla by Eric Clapton, the live version. I wonder, too, you hear this version, it's more upbeat, more rockish. I wonder if as he got older, did he, started doing it the live version, which is more melodic, a little slower.
I know this isn't the version you're talking about,
Yeah.
but I think this is a live version.
This a live version too, huh?
I think this was a different live version.
different live version.
You like the kind of bluesy.
Yeah, acoustic almost kind of. Yeah. I like them all, man. This is my kids hate this song because I'm singing it in the living room and in the kitchen all the time. When he says Layla, I look at them and they don't like it. It creeps them out a little bit.
Written about George Harrison's wife.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, we're going to talk a little baseball here. You getting really excited about the A's being here?
Oh, yeah,
next
100%,
year.
100%.
Now that we have, we're talking about the
schedule,
Kings
and everything.
schedule, and there's some of those dates there where there will be the A's playing in Sacramento and the Kings playing in Sacramento.
Yeah,
unprecedented
doubleheader here in downtown Sac, basically.
Do you know the A's yesterday? They beat the Mets, as we discussed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was the longest 9-inning game since baseball went to the pitch clock.
And it wasn't just long, Whitey. It would have been long without the pitch clock.
Yeah.
What was it? 3 hours, 40-something minutes? Or
3 something. Yeah, over 3.
Well, closer to 4.
Yeah.
And it's like, how does that happen?
I don't know.
In the pitch clock era. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of this idea? And apparently it's just something baseball's thinking about. They don't even know where they would start implementing it. But they're thinking of making a starting pitcher go 6 innings. The idea being then the pitchers would have to pace themselves. They wouldn't throw as hard, and it would be easier for the hitters.
I'm out on that. I'm sure our next guest is out on that too. It just sounds wonky.
Yeah, here he is, a host of the Rob Dibbles Show on 97.9 Fox Sports Radio in Connecticut. And, of course, 2-time All-Star reliever, key member of the Reds World Championship team. Mr. Rob Dibble, how are you, Rob?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
Good. We're doing fine. We're just wondering what you think of this. It's not even a proposed rule yet, but baseball apparently, as you know, thinking about forcing starters to go 6 innings. Rob, what do you make of that?
Well, I wish I could just throw 95, 96 miles an hour. I mean, it's not that simple. I'm coaching high school pitchers right now, and these guys are just starting to get to the point where they're throwing in the high 70s, low 80s. And every pitch is an adventure. Trying to throw an off-speed pitch, trying to throw a breaking ball, just trying to throw a strike. So Rob Manfred knows nothing about baseball.
Do you think he even likes baseball, Rob? Do you think he likes
baseball? He does not.
Yeah.
He called the World Series trophy a hunk of metal.
Oh my God.
He was quoted as saying, I watch a handful of games. So a guy who doesn't really watch the sport, doesn't really show up in person that much, not like Adam Silver or Roger Goodell, who show up at like every game they can. Just stop. The pitch clock is fine. I don't care. I don't care about the pizza-sized box bases and stuff. None of that stuff matters. You're getting. It really is the not establishing contact rule with looking at guys at first base and stuff like that. You can't disengage twice. That's fine. None of that stuff really bothers me. But when you start messing with pitchers, and there's so many arm injuries, and the last 20 years of my life, I've talked to dozens and dozens of orthopedic surgeons locally. We have an orthopedic outlet here that spent $150 million on their hospital. They've seen a 500% uptick of 12 to 18-year-olds in Tommy John surgery. So with all of that knowledge that I just told you, all these doctors and stuff like that, you still want to mess with pitchers. All the injuries. Now, watch the Little League World Series. I've been watching all the games. Was just at a perfect game tournament up in New York last weekend. 13U. I coached 13U and 15U games. Kids are throwing 60 to 70% breaking balls. That's the issue. When I was that age, I didn't even learn a breaking ball, by the way, till I was 20. And in 22, Ed Figueroa showed me the one that got me to the big leagues by 24. So just think, those 4 years, I just started throwing breaking balls. The rest was 2-seam, 4-seam, 3/4, sidearm. I just changed location on fastballs. It had nothing to do with velocity. I could always throw strikes. So think about that. Major league pitchers right now are throwing 60 to 70% off-speed stuff. Little leaguers are doing it. That's what's killing their arms. So talking about 95 velocity, that's not what's killing the game. What's killing the game is the 10 years of launch angle. Guys with 2 strikes don't cut down on their swing and put the ball in play. So you got, and I just looked at this yesterday. There's 16 teams right now in the major leagues that are hitting below. This is teams, not players. Hitting below 245 as a team.
Jay's shaking his head. Jay can't believe that. Jay can't stand
245 as a team.
And now you only have 7 guys hitting over 300, 2 of which are on the Yankees. So, that's the entire major leagues. There's such a deficiency in hitting. It has nothing to do with the velocity of the pitchers. It's the philosophy of hitting from the major leagues down to Little League.
Rob Dibble joining the Drive Guys. Rob, continuing that point from a pitching standpoint, when it seems like the hitters are all feast or famine, home run or strikeout, how does that impact the pitcher and how they prepare, how they throw, how they get ready?
Well, a lot of it is these analytics have gotten into the pitchers' heads in the minor leagues and even in college that if let's just say one guy, and I coached in LA for 10 years out there, so I saw this too with the kids that I was coaching. If one guy turns around your 95 mile an hour fastball, I go right to my breaking ball. I was like, listen, the entire lineup has to show me they can hit my 95 before I go to my second best or third best pitch. So what I'm saying is the analytics people have gotten into the heads of the pitchers that, oh, no, your off-speed stuff's better than your fastball. Dude, 95 is still unhittable at the major league level. There's very few guys that can turn around 95. Aaron Judge has mastered now hitting balls the opposite way and dominating outside portions of the plate. And then when you do throw him inside, yeah, he'll hit a 400-foot home run on a bad breaking ball like the other night, the 3-0 pitch that he hit his 300th home run on. That was not even a strike. That was just the inner portion of the plate that he was just like, I could turn on that. That's not a problem. So the problem with the philosophy of pitching right now is everybody's afraid to throw a hard fastball and continue to just challenge guys. I was brought up, when I was brought up in the big leagues, I pitched you away, pitched you in, but worked the outside portion of the plate until you could hit a fastball the other way. You no longer see that in the major leagues. You see guys throwing it right down the middle, locating right on the middle. They don't try to go inside, and then they'll throw their breaking ball from the middle cut away, and it's a ball all day. So you see guys throwing 100 pitches in 5 innings, and they can't finish games. So part of that, you can only throw 95, 96, and minimum 6 innings. Very few guys go 6 innings anymore. So there's a lot of backward thinking that has screwed up pitchers all the way, like I said, from junior high, high school, all the way to the major leagues. Guys are afraid to just challenge hitters anymore.
Catching up with one of the nasty boys, Rob Dibble, 2-time All-Star, member of the 1990 World Champion Reds and host of the Rob Dibble Show. Speaking of the psychology of it all, Rob, the first thing I always think of when I think of you is, I used to play a Stratomatic, and the massive strikeout totals that you put up. 477 innings, 645 strikeouts. What was the psychological advantage you had, you and your nasty boy teammates? What kind of advantage did you have when you could just dominate major league hitters like that?
Strike one. So let me run numbers by you. So if you get strike one on a hitter, major league hitters, 7 out of 10 times you get an out. So I already knew the percentages going in. Now remember, my roommate was Norm Charlton, 3 degrees from Rice University. We used to just do this all day in the bullpen. And so the 70% ratio going in, I know that I'm going to get these guys out, whether I get a ground ball to my Hall of Fame shortstop or I pop them up or strike them out. So strike one was the most important pitch, whether it was an off-speed breaking ball that I would lob in there or a fastball that I throw in there. All right, now I'm already ahead 0-1. I'm getting 7 out of 10 times. I'm getting you out. 0-2 at the major league level, and you could check this. You could check it on Mike Trout's stat, checking on Albert Pujols' stats, any of these amazing hitters. You get a guy 0-2, his batting average goes from whatever his lifetime average is to 150.
Ooh.
So 0-2, I got you 0-2, I'm going to strike you out 9 out of 10 times when I'm 0-2. So your batting average goes down. Now, if I reverse that, because I also did this in my head, if I fall behind 200, 2-0, you have now made a 300 hitter a 400 hitter or better. So you never want to be 2-0 in a count. You always want to be on the other side of 1-2, 0-2, because it puts them on the defensive. So the strikeouts came more so of me pounding the strike zone. And also the third thing that in my mind, let's say I got a guy on first with 1 out. And I say this to all of my high school pitchers that I work with. You're 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Ground ball to your shortstop, double play, you're out of that. Why would you overthink this? So for me, I'm like, listen, you got a guy on first with 1 out. You're 1 pitch from getting out of this. Stop overthinking this, that you're in trouble. That's the problem. When you see guys on the mound in high school or college, they feel they're in trouble with a runner on base. I thought that was an asset because when I first came into the games in the major leagues back in the 80s, I was coming in with the bases loaded or first and second, 1 out. And I had to work out of a jam because inherited runners were the biggest thing on my plate back in the day. So I'm thinking, all right, I need to get a pop out right here and maybe a strikeout. So that's why I continued to pound the strike zone. but I also pitch to contact. When you throw 95 on the outer half to a righty, ground ball to your shortstop. And that starts either a double play or you get at least an out. So a lot of the things I was doing was pitching to contact, pitching location, and work ahead, and I can strike anybody out.
Rob Dibble joining us here on The Drive, guys. Rob, what do you make of the way relief pitchers, are used nowadays? Used to be starter, setup man, closer. Yep. Now you got specialists. What do you make of that, the way baseball is going in that way?
And the way, like you said, you used to enter and you had to keep guys, inherited runners off base. Closers now, it's like, oh, he needs a clean inning. He can't come in with runners on.
Yeah, and that's psychological. And listen, the game is 90-95% mental, and a lot of it is insecurity and that these guys are lacking a little bit of confidence, but they're still the best in the world. You've got 8 guys out there. So I used to have 5 guys out there. And so you had, 10 guys on a pitching staff. Now you have 13, 12 or 13. No one can ever get enough work to where they're sharp, meaning mental. If I didn't pitch every day, this was the problem that led to my demise when my workload went from 100 innings to 50 innings a year. I didn't get enough work, and when I did get the work, the adrenaline basically blew my shoulder out, because I wasn't consistently throwing like 3-4 days a week, throwing in the bullpen every other day. They were like saving you. So when I look at closers today, I'm fascinated by how good they are. Kenley Jansen, I see him all the time, or Clay Holmes, guys like that. Edwin Diaz has had his lapses this year where he doesn't want to be the closer because you're doing too much sitting, is my point. And so whether it's the NBA and you're sitting at the end of the bench, whether it's an NFL guy and you're not getting reps, or you're on the bench in big leagues getting 150, 200 at bats, that's not enough. You need more reps, more repetition to psychologically have an edge. And that's what made me an all-star and made me a closer was basically, that's what killed my career. When I was the middle guy, the setup guy, and I was hungry and the bases loaded, kept me locked in, was a lot easier than a 3-0 lead going into the 9th inning with the bases cleared. I hated that. I absolutely dreaded that. So I'm fascinated by the guys that love that and persevere in that. Like a Kenley Jansen, I think he's one of the best closers I've ever seen. For him to do what he does, or Kimbrel and guys like that, it's not that easy. They make it easier than it really is.
Rob, I have to ask you about the 1990 World Series. Jay's a big A's fan.
You have to?
I have to. Here's the question. I mean, I know the A's were favored, and you guys were a lot better than a lot of people realize. I get that. They were favored. You beat them. I get that. But how did you sweep that A's team?
All right, so let's start with, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. A's were my team. I love the 72, 73, 74 A's. So, first of all, now I'm playing against the team that I loved, which is crazy and ironic. But for those guys, they were not good fastball hitters. They were what we called bad breaking ball hitters. They were guys that liked the hanging breaking ball or a breaking ball away. They loved to pound those. Canseco, McGuire, Carney Lansford, Dave Henderson, guys like that in the lineup. So our philosophy after the Pirates series was we're going to pound them high and tight, and we're going to work them low and away with off-speed stuff. And really, Ricky was the only guy that hit 300 against us in the series. The other guys, we just kept pounding them. So there's beating them. I think it wasn't as easy as we made it look because they were such an amazing team. Mm-hmm. But after we got by the Pirates, I in my heart, I believe the Pirates could have beaten the A's that year, or we could have beaten the A's that year. That's how strong both of those lineups were. The pitching staffs, you had Draybeck, Bob Walk, you had all those guys that were really good. Bill Landrum was their closer. They had a really good team. And we had a really good team. So I think it was more of, whoever was going to play against the A's was ready because of that NLCS. So it was as much that we didn't have a 20-game winner. We didn't have a guy that hit 30 home runs on our team, but we had a family in that clubhouse. So when they came to town and they had the long hair, and remember, we had no long hair, no facial hair. You had to show 4 inches of your sock. All kinds of different rules and regulations. When they got off that plane and we saw them come into Cincinnati, we were fired up. We're like, look at these guys, man. They're all Hollywood surfers. We were really, really bitter when they got off that plane.
Oakland squad called Hollywood and Surfers, Jay. Oh, my gosh, man. I got to make you crazy. Hey, Rob, speaking of the A's, man, what do you make of the way Major League Baseball and Rob Manfred have handled this Oakland A's stadium situation? They're going to be here in Sac, it looks like, for 3 years at least. Just your read on all this.
Well, first of all, I love the Oakland area, the Bay Area, San Francisco, man. That's one of the best places to play baseball. Love playing, especially going to San Francisco, too. That's a gorgeous ballpark. I don't know why you couldn't have built another one around there. Listen, you've had 3 stadiums in Atlanta since the 96 Olympics. How could you not get something done out there? It's even Tampa Bay. They've screwed Tampa Bay. They've screwed Oakland, and I don't understand it. But for some reason, they were never able to get that deal done. I feel bad for the great fans of Oakland and that area. I lived in LA for 10 years. I love the sports out there. You're spoiled. I mean, you got so much out there. Being from Connecticut, where I am, man, it's Boston or New York and UConn. That's all we got around here. So it's sad that they got to go to Vegas. They'll get great fans and great fan support in Vegas, but Manfred, he screwed that up. He should have been in there and been like, listen, either you build a stadium or we'll build it in San Jose or we'll build it in Sacramento. But you could have gotten it done in California. I believe that.
Yeah. Rob, we'll let you go on this one. And I love to ask baseball players. It seems like there's always a guy, but who hit a ball off you so hard that you'll never forget? Was there anybody? I know you were phenomenal.
Kevin Mitchell. And then I got to play with him and realized that guy could hit anybody. Mitch was a tough out for me. There's guys like Tony Gwynn that were amazing, and hitters like that. But those are contact guys, so I wasn't really worried about them hitting a home run off of me. But Strawberry, Kevin Mitchell, Kirk Gibson, those dudes were a nightmare in my brain having to face them because they were fearless. There was no way to try to intimidate them with all of my antics and all my throwing inside stuff. It didn't matter. So they would stand right back in there and give you their best effort. But for my money, the hardest ball hit, they clocked it at 99 away. He hit it 450 to center at Riverfront for a game winner. It put them in the lead, and they ultimately won the game. But it was a blast. And other than Albert Bell or Joey Bell, as he was known in the minor leagues, he hit one 500 feet off of me in Nashville. Kevin Mitchell was the guy that hit balls the hardest off of me.
Wow, we were just hanging out with Mitch a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Love Mitch. Give him my best. Love that dude.
Yo, Dibs, before we let you get out of here, I got to mess with you, man, because I always talk about I haven't been able to find a jersey, a Chicago White Sox Rob Dibble jersey, because I just refuse to get a Cincinnati Reds jersey of Dibs.
I was hoping you'd say Brewers
Dibs,
jersey.
help me out. How can I get a White Sox jersey from you?
Either I get one made. That's not a problem. I'll see if I have one.
Got one in the garage.
You don't want a Brewers one, Jay?
I'll take a Brewers. Anything with the Reds. And Dibs knows my heart, man. I refuse to rock a Dibble, Reds jersey because they took care of my A's.
I also have a Marlins one, even though I was hurt all in '96.
Well, that might be the one. That's the flyest colors.
All right. There you go. You like that teal, do you?
Rob Dibble, thank you very much, Rob. We appreciate it, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
Anytime, guys. Take care.
Man, that guy threw hard.
He was nasty with it.
Yes,
he was nasty.
Yes. Talking a little baseball with Rob Dibble. The deal on this rule that baseball, according to ESPN, is thinking about would be starting pitchers would have to go 6 innings. That way they'd have to stretch things out, and then they wouldn't be able to throw as hard, and then that would lead to fewer injuries. That's the thinking. That's the reason. They're thinking. Rob Dibble said that doesn't make any sense, but that's how desperate baseball is here to do something about the batting averages that are just plummeting.
Yeah, the batting averages, and the starting pitcher used to meant something.
Right
now, it used to be a source of pride. Guys go 8 a complete game, let's say. Now, get me to 5, if that.
Now you're pitching a no-hitter, and they'll take you out after 7.
And so from a fan perspective, I think I would rather see the starter elongated a little bit. But a mandate, a rule, it doesn't make sense. If didn't you got to put in a clause if a guy's getting shelled, he's able to come out? Like,
I think what they have now is if a guy gives up 4 earned runs, you can take him out. If he gets hurt, you can take him out. Or if he throws 100 innings. And it's not even a real rule yet.
Yeah.
But these are the parameters they're talking about.
Yeah, I think it's fine. To Rob's point, we have to get back to the pitchers being able to go longer. You know what? And it really starts in the youth baseball that he was talking about.
Definitely.
Young guys shouldn't be throwing breaking balls at what? 12,
Definitely.
13, 14, whatever it is, Jay. You know, I think that's the issue, not necessarily a major league issue. It starts at the youth level.
Have you heard the stories? And I think people have realized this is a bad idea. So I don't think it happens anymore. But 10 years ago or so, you would hear about parents who would take their kids in for Tommy John.
Yes.
Get it before it even happened.
Yeah,
Yes.
because they thought, oh, he'll be able to throw harder.
Right, exact. Get it taken care of now. I know.
Have you, and you know, you guys have been around sports and baseball for a long time. Have you ever spoken to someone who's had Tommy John?
No.
Like, I mean, on a personal level?
No.
It's interesting because
I've spoken to Tommy John.
Bro, well, yeah, there you go. Well, that's the first of all. First, on a personal level, though, like you said,
radio interview. Just a radio,
yeah. Like if you have, because it's a year-long situation. Like you're stepping, it's almost an Achilles in basketball, football.
Yeah.
You know, you're not going to see a field or throw a ball for probably 12 months and you know, maybe a little longer. And so when you start to talk about 15, 16, 17-year-old kids.
Yeah,
like, you're going to school and you know doing other things, and you're in a sling,
growing. And,
it's tough, but it's funny. Me and Dibs used to have this conversation quite a bit when we worked together at Fox. Was when do you start to throw something other than a fastball? And he talked about it with you guys, and he just changing his finger, you know, movement, 4-seamer, 2-seamer across a split, a cut, or something like that. Where you know when I was in Little League. If you had one person who put a little wrinkle on the ball, we used to call it a drop ball. Like that was a drop. It wasn't even a curve yet until you kind of got the seniors, majors, you know, that type of stuff. And then you might come across a person who could throw a little knuckle or, you know, something.
Like
now,
a palm ball or
palm
something.
ball, which is pretty much a change up, you know, a glorified circle change up in the back of your hand. But now, as Dibs is saying, you look at the College World Series and I'm looking at it, you got guys, that's all they're throwing.
Hooks.
That's it.
Yeah.
Barrazitos, 12-6. You're going to have physical problems by time you even get out of high school.
That's unfortunate.
That's tough, man.
When we come back, we got Jay's top 40 King nominee. He says it's going to stir it up. We'll give you an update on our top 40 Kings of the 40 years in Sacramento. Jay says he's got somebody that we need to talk about. So we'll do that next on Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Folsom Lake Kia.
I'm Dirk Verdorn in the KCRA3 Weather Center. Mainly clear overnight tonight. Bit of a delta breeze to help cool temperatures off into the upper 50s to lower 60s. Then temperatures staying in the 80s as we head through Saturday afternoon. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA3 News and the KCRA3 app.
Shop Folsom Lake Kia for special offers right now. I'm Coach Doug Christie urging you to visit my friends at Folsom Lake Kia and save big on your next new or certified pre-owned vehicle right now. Visit FolsomLakeKia.com.
Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel.
With only 3 homestands left, the Sacramento Rivercats season is nearing the end. Make your plans to head to the ballpark this week while the Rivercats are in town. Join us on Friday, August 16th for the Mount Core 4 statue giveaway as we celebrate the San Francisco Giants bullpen legacy of Jeremy Affeldt, Santiago Casilla, Javier Lopez, and Sergio Romo. Be one of the first 2,500 fans through the gates to secure this item. For a complete promotions calendar and to purchase your tickets, visit rivercats.com.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town.
What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Farmally, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hey, thrill-seeking movie fans, it's time to get your tickets to see Alien Romulus, the IMAX experience at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go. Experience the most terrifying life form in the universe on the largest screen in Sacramento. Don't miss opening weekend of Alien Romulus in front of the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen. Grab your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seats today.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
At Northern California's #1 Honda dealer, Stockton Honda, we make the dream of owning a new car easy and stress-free.
With prices that you just can't say no to. Save on our best selection of the year during the final days of the Honda Summer Event.
Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
#1 claims based on 2023 total new and Honda certified pre-owned vehicle car sales from American Honda Motor Company. Sold on report.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, KHTK-AM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento, the only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Sactown Sports.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
We were just wondering whatever happened to Russell Wilson. Whatever happened to Hammer?
Yeah. Coming back.
He coming back?
Remember, Bip on this show let it slip that he might be going on tour soon.
Really?
Yeah, we had him on the show.
I
He
remember.
told us.
Okay.
That was a bip slip. Yeah.
A bip slip. Okay.
The Kings get ready to embark on their 40th season in Sacramento, and we're working on our top 40 Kings of all time. Jay has an update on that. First, I want to mention this because Jay sent this to us. Bronny, his overall rating, NBA 2K25.
Yeah.
68.
Dang.
That's not very good, huh?
Not good.
So, Jay, you were wondering about the lowest ratings
Yeah,
ever?
what is the lowest you can get?
I did some research. I don't know if these are current, but these are the 10 lowest rated players in 2K history as of, according to something I saw on YouTube, which I think is like 2 years old. Number 10 was when he was on Dallas. Ian Mahinmi was a 46. DJ Mabenga and Jason Collins were 45s. Number 7 was Dexter Pittman with Miami. He was a 44. 6, 5, and 4 at 43. Steve Novak, Kyrilo Fazenko, and Alexis Ajinka. Number 3 lowest NBA 2K. Jerome James, 42, King. And then there were 2 guys, Byron Mullins and Brian Scalabrine.
Yes, Scal.
40s overall.
What?
40s.
That was a 40?
NBA 2K. Those are the overall lowest rankings of all time, according to what I saw.
That is awesome. Scal is a 40.
So Bronny 68 is like, wow.
Yeah, that's not bad. Well, I think Ben Simmons is pretty low this year too. I was looking up. My son always tells me about this. Ben Simmons' current 2K rating, 77. That's way too high. That can't be right.
Is Bronny 68? Is that about where it should be?
That's too high.
Nah. Jay's a hater.
No.
You're being a hater.
But listen to these guys: Jason Collins, Steve Novak. I mean, your boy Scal.
68 is about right.
Bronny's better than Scal?
No, I'm saying those were too low.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm not like Scal should have been in the 60s, upper 60s. 68, maybe a tick too high, 65, but that's not bad.
What did Bronny show you in summer for this man to be almost 70?
Man, you didn't see his last 2 games. I saw his last 2 games. You see I
did see his last 2 games. Thursday and Friday? I was there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Jay. It's not about, 68 is not that good in 2K.
No.
That's pretty bad.
Truth.
That's really low. And so anything less than 65 is almost borderline, what's the word disrespectful for an NBA player.
They update them during the year, right?
Yeah. It fluctuates.
So where should be the basement? Where's the basement? Should it be 60?
Low 60s to me should be the basement.
He should be 60.
So he the worst player in the league, you say?
One of these?
That's what you're saying.
He's one of these as of right now.
Hold on. Let me pull up the Sacramento Kings 2K rankings. Can I do that?
Of course.
And then if Bronny's ahead of somebody there, then we're like, oh, hold on now. Hold on. All right. Domas 90, Darren 89. I'm going down. Mason Jones is a 70.
Yes, Mason Jones is better than Bronny James right now.
But Mason Jones hasn't shown a lot. So 68, 65 at the worst.
Yeah,
Jay.
but hold on, Drapes. Mason Jones has played G League. We've seen a post. What have we seen? No disrespect to Bronny, though. What has Bronny
you can't
done?
do that. You can't couch it. Oh, no disrespect to Bronny.
All right.
That's total disrespect to Bronny. Let me look and see
That's
who
what
else.
Drapes does all the time, by the way.
How about this? I know. I say that's sort of covering my tracks there. Jacob Toppin of the New York Knicks.
Okay.
67. I don't even know who he is. I think he's in the dunk contest.
Brother, right?
Yeah. Let's look at the Washington Wizards. They're a horrible team, right? They're pretty bad. Their lowest guy. They don't have anybody that low. Lower than. So I think it's accurate. 68 is pretty low, is what I'm saying. Even the Wizards don't have a player at 68 or in the 60s.
Who's the worst on the Wizards roster?
Worse on the Wizards roster, you got Keyshawn George and Bub Carrington at 70.
Both better than Bronny.
Bronny's a 68. Bub Carrington should be more than 70.
No, I agree. Maybe Bub Carrington is being slighted.
Yeah,
not Bronny overrated. Yeah, Bub Carrington's being overrated a little bit. You guys got me fired up about this. Give me a team.
Trying to think of Portland. Portland.
Portland. Yeah. Got to do Portland. They got a bunch of.
I got a particular player I got to ask you about too.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
Portland Trailblazers. Let's see who the low man on the totem pole is. Going all the way down. Their high person is DeAndre Ayton at 85.
Okay.
No, not bad. Justin Minaya, 69.
What's Ryan Rupert?
70.
Ooh.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Like most NBA players, 70s are like, I don't want to say respectable, but
you're in the league.
You're in the league.
Gotcha.
Anything lower than that, it's like, who is this guy?
Can you see is there a way to siphon out who is the lowest ranked player in the game right now?
Yeah, let me see here. You gotta give me a second here.
It's gotta be a rookie,
talk amongst yourselves.
It's gotta be a rookie.
It gotta be
G-League rookie, or someone who's fighting, signed as a free agent.
Your point is Bronny. Nobody should be much.
He thinks Bronny should be the last player.
No. He should be on the bottom row of that.
Yeah.
Because he's a second round draft pick,
and he wasn't.
like
that good in college.
Correct. Yeah. He's putting up 4 points a game.
Nah, you can't look at that though, Jay.
What are you going to look at if you're going to rank him?
What did he
But he also was a McDonald's All-American.
Ah, that was foo-foo. You knew that. You know that, man. We gotta bring the TVs out, man. The TV stations need to come out with bringing Bronny James.
I can't. I'm not going to do that.
And
man.
there's like 16 different All-Star games now. Chris Paul has one. Jordan has one. Melo has one. Like, there's too many of them now.
Jay, I don't believe you, man. This is pretty bad. This is all right. So I'm looking at some of the rookies real quick from this year. Bronny. Oh man, see. You know what? Bronny is tied with all the low draft picks.
There it was. Okay, now that makes more sense.
Ariel Purdy, who was drafted at 58, is a 68. Anton Watson, who was drafted 54, is a 68. So come on, Jay.
Okay.
That makes sense.
He's commiserate with the group around him.
That works for me. That works for me. That makes me feel better.
Right. And he didn't get no bump up or anything because he's Bronny James.
Can I just ask you, I'm just curious what James Wiseman is. Indiana now.
Oh, James Wiseman. That's a good one. Yeah, I got that for you right here.
I don't know what it should be. I'm just curious.
Low 70s, mid 70s.
Now, I know you're not a Wiseman guy. You're not a Wiseman guy, right?
Not really.
James Wiseman.
Not as far as a player.
77.
Okay.
You see. You know what I mean? 68 is pretty low, fellas.
You're right.
If James Wiseman is a 78, come on.
That's why I asked what's the basement. The basement lets me know. But because he was drafted 55, there were only 57 for some odd reason, whatever. 57 picks this past year, right?
Yeah.
So 68 is the basement, then he's on the basement.
All right. You know what? Real quick, too, fellas. I also feel, because I'm looking at this, Cole Swider, who's
no clue that is.
He's a 67.
It sounds like a guy from Bleacher Report that we have on next Thursday
right.
to talk about a trade or something.
Right. Cole's
58.
He ain't gonna be in the league long, but he's been around for a couple of years. I feel like
you know him. Have you seen him at a game? You've done your research on? Okay.
Yeah, he was at California Classic and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I've called the games with him. But I feel like the 68 is like the baseline. You come in, you're 68 unless you're, and if we see you play and you garbage, you can drop down. You know what I mean? And so
it's like analytics. There's some what is it?
Price of admission.
They talk about a replacement player level.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of what that is.
Exactly. You know, you come in, all right, you're in the league, you're 68.
Yeah.
Then we see your attributes like Cole Swider is 67 now. And so, come on, Jay.
You're right. I did. And that's why I threw out the question after I sent it. Is this too high to what's the basement for, NBA players? And now you've told me. And once you get, you step on the floor,
then you're, this is sort of like
a decline a little
bit. So nobody is lower than Bronny, right?
Except for
of the rookies,
Spider,
of the rookies, of the rookies. No rookie is lower than Bronny.
Okay.
Drafted rookie, I'm saying. Drafted rookie.
You good with that?
Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, I'm good with that.
If his name wasn't Bronny James and it was Joe Smith or something, we wouldn't even be having it.
Right. He might have not made it out of the summer league. Right. Absolutely.
That's crazy.
He'd be playing in France or something.
Oh, man.
When we come back, we've got, like I said, Jay has a player that he says we need to consider for the Kings top 40. Drapes, it's time for Drapes takes.
Yeah, got that coming up. I've been waiting all day for this.
Yeah,
I got to settle a score with somebody coming up next.
We'll do that when we come right back to Sactown Sports.
Hey, everybody, it's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. With the kids back in school, now is the perfect time to go buy a new Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. I have one, and I love it. And I'm not the only one in my family that loves it. My 12-year-old daughter loves it. In fact, just the other day when I was about to drop her off to school, she said, "Dad, are we taking the nice car out?" And I said, "Yeah, honey, we're taking the Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV." She was so excited to ride in it, and she was so excited to show it off to her friends. She loves the fact that it has seat cooling, seat massaging, and oh yeah, extra room in the back seat for all of her friends. If you don't believe me, just see for yourself. Go test drive one now at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You'll see how the car drives, the comfort it has, and the speed it has on the open road. Just head on down I-5 to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or online anytime at mbofstockton.com.
Hey, thrill-seeking movie fans. It's time to get your tickets to see Alien Romulus, the IMAX experience at the Esquire IMAX Theater in downtown Sacramento.
Whatever comes, we'll face it together.
Let's go. Experience the most terrifying life form in the universe on the largest screen in Sacramento. Don't miss opening weekend of Alien Romulus in front of the Esquire IMAX 6-story screen. Grab your tickets early at IMAX.com/Sacramento and reserve your seats today.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town.
What was I thinking? I'm getting drunk on the
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Parmalee, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
What sets Ashton & Price apart from other injury law firms? I'll tell you. From beginning to end, all important legal decisions are made directly between our clients and their experienced local attorney. A gate agent flying the plane, the receptionist performing surgery, not a chance. There's simply no substitute for the unique power of the direct attorney-client relationship offered by Ashton & Price. And there's never a fee until we win, and between you and me, we win a lot.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Drapes takes are coming up first. Here's Drapes with a Caitlin Clark update.
Yeah, my girl Caitlin Clark is putting in that work, putting in that business, taking on the Phoenix Mercury. Mercury coming back a little bit. This 20-point game, 54-34, 1:15 left to go. Caitlin Clark right now at this moment, 16 points, 5 assists, 1 turnover, Whitey.
Whoa.
3 for 6 from 3-ball range, 5 of 9 from the field. Here she is in transition. Ooh, she could have pulled that. This is your WNBA Rookie of the Year I'm watching right now, and cheering for the Indiana Fever, man.
She should have had an assist right there.
Yep,
Somebody
should
missed
have
a
had an assist. Yeah.
15-foot jump shot. This is their first game
Yeah,
back?
first game back. Yep, first game, a month layoff, basically, because of the Olympics, yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, Caitlin Clark getting it done. Are they going to – I don't know. Are they going to make the playoffs?
Right now, they're in the 7th seed, I think it is. Top 8 make the playoffs. So
okay.
As of now, yeah, but it's only a couple of games ahead of the 9th seed or whatever.
All right.
So, but right now, yes.
Yeah, hope you're having a great Friday. Glad you're with us, and you'll be glad you stuck around for this. It is time for Drapes takes.
Calm down, Lion. Calm down. Take it easy, man. Just take it easy.
You know, guys, I'm one to always celebrate American athletes. People that go to the Olympics representing our country. They represent me, you, and Jay. They represent us. But sometimes certain Olympic athletes just need to keep their mouth shut. Certain Olympic athletes need to stop trying to extend their 15 minutes of fame. And case in point, Noah Lyles. I'm done with Noah Lyles. Tremendous runner, fastest man alive, 100-meter champion, 200-meter bronze medalist. But he's been on my list ever since he took a shot at the NBA champions, questioning why they should be called world champions. I let that one slide, Noah Lyles. I ain't say nothing about you. You weren't on my radar just yet. Even in the Olympics, when the COVID story came out after you finished in bronze place, I'm like, all right, you could have handled it differently. Maybe told Lewis Johnson beforehand. I would have gave you some grace. I would have let it slide because I wasn't rooting for you in there. I was rooting for the other American. Then even when Adidas gave Anthony Edwards his golden shoe, had a little party for him, you come out afterwards complaining, whining, moaning. How come I didn't get that? How come we don't get that love in the track and field?
Why would I go see that?
Why would I go see that? He's not a champion. He hasn't won an NBA title and everything. I even let you slide for that, Noah Lyles. But what I won't do is have any disrespect to Tyreek Hill, the fastest man in the NFL. Whitey, did you hear this?
Yeah.
Did you hear this?
Yeah.
I don't know if the people at home and driving at home and listening on YouTube heard this. Noah Lyles, who's been talking so much smack, didn't go to my man Anthony Edwards' party, didn't give love to the NBA champion Boston Celtics, won a bronze medal and then conveniently blamed it on COVID afterwards, had his mom doing his dirty work, telling Lewis Johnson, oh, my baby got COVID. I let that all slide. The Olympics is over, Noah Lyles. Your 15 minutes are up. It's time to go under a rock, come back out in LA in 2028. We'll cheer for you then. But when you go after Tyreek Hill, and let me give you some backstory. Tyreek Hill, fastest man in the NFL, supposedly. He said he probably could beat Noah Lyles. He could beat Noah Lyles. Nothing disrespectful about that, Whitey. Nothing Tyreek Hill's fast.
Didn't he say also after he beat him, he would put on a COVID mask or something?
Oh, yeah. All right. I'm with Tyreek Hill. That's right. If you want to bring that smoke, I'm going to bring it back to you. But here's my problem with Noah Lyles. His 15 minutes of fame are up, and he's trying to extend it by invoking Tyreek Hill's name. Jay, play the sound. This is what got me upset.
What's that guy? What's the cheetah guy from football? What I can't remember his name. Where's Mark? Mark. What's the football player who thinks he's fast name?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill.
How? Noah Lyles. Nobody knows who you are, big fella. We didn't know you 3 years ago. We ain't gonna know you 3 years from now. You gonna be a blip on the radar. You ain't Usain Bolt. You ain't Carl Lewis. You ain't Ben Johnson. You're Noah freaking Lyles. Stop disrespecting one of the game's all-time great wide receivers in Tyreek Hill. It's so disrespectful when you quote-unquote forget somebody's name. And you know what it's like, Whitey and Jay? Noah Lyles saw the Olympics is over. Everybody going back to their normal life. Nobody's checking for him. Nobody's talking about him. Let me get back on the news somehow and invoke the name of the cheetah man, Tyreek Hill. As my guy Carmelo Anthony said, and everybody know I'm a big Carmelo Anthony fan, huge Carmelo Anthony fan. Melo said, quote, to Noah Lyles, why do you keep shooting at the NBA? If you want to shoot at the fact that y'all don't got no league for your own. Shoot at why they aren't pouring money into your sport. I'd rather you be like, yo, we need more attention on U.S. Track and Field Association. It's sort of like other radio shows in Sacramento invoking Drape's name, the LeBron James of the station. Don't talk about what I'm doing. Focus on what you're doing. Don't use me to boost your ratings. And Noah Lyles, don't use Tyreek Hill's name to extend your 15 minutes of fame. That's Drape's Takes today. Jay, it's brought to you by
Alsco Uniforms. Discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco Uniforms.
You see what I'm saying, Whitey?
I do. The whole thing is just strange. But bottom line is, if you're a track star for the USA, you got to win gold or we just don't care.
Right. Yes. And you have to do it not just in one Olympics, too. You got to be Katie Ledecky. You got to be Michael Phelps. You got to be Usain Bolt.
Mm-hmm.
He's a flash in the pan that we won't even be talking about in 2028.
What'd you say his mom said? My baby got COVID?
My baby got COVID. She ran down to Lewis Johnson after he got the bronze. My baby got COVID. Don't use your mom as an excuse, big fella, and COVID. Noah Lyles is just rubbing me the wrong way, man. And I said it the other day, last week, I think we were talking about it, Jay. I wasn't rooting against him, but I sure as heck wasn't rooting for him. I was rooting for the other American.
Kidney Bednarik?
Yeah, exactly. Bednarik. I was rooting for him. Nice, humble kid, understands he's there. Noah Lyles, you know what Noah Lyles is trying to do, fellas? He's trying to use track and field, the NBA, Tyreek Hill to go viral to extend his career off the track.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he's supposed to be a serious track and field runner. I thought he's a serious sprinter, all about his craft. No, he's trying to cash in on other people's names. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, it's either that. I hope it's that. Either that or he just got an issue. Somebody needs to help him. Why do you keep going after NBA players and NFL players?
Right.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, like Carmelo said, don't put NBA, NFL players down because your sport isn't being represented the way it should be. Advocate in a different way. He's trying to use other people to boost up his platform. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. That's Drape's Takes.
Yeah.
Alsco Uniforms, my guys. Got me fired up, man. And it's like, I thought the Olympics were over. I thought this dude was done. We'll see you in the World Championships in a couple years, whatever it is. He's trying to extend it, man. That's weak.
Yeah.
Could Tyreek Hill beat him? I don't know, man. I don't know, Jay.
But they put out the times like Noah runs a 19-something in the 200. Yeah, Tyreek runs a 20-something in the 200.
Yeah.
Noah runs a 9-something, 9.7. What he ran 9.77 in 100. Tyreek ran like a 10.01, 10.1, something like that.
Recently or in his prime, talking about Tyreek?
When he was running track.
When he was running track.
Tyreek Hill knows it, but he's just,
he's close. He's in the race.
Right, but I know Jay's a Noah Lyles guy.
No, I'm not.
No, you're not? Okay.
All right. I'm feeling different.
I just feel like your boy is
it's not my boy. I tried to put that in there. I'm indifferent. Like you said, we're gonna support you because you're Team USA. I wanted him to win the 100 for sure, just so we can bring it back home for the first time.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. I don't fall on either side of the fence with Noah.
Okay. All right.
Drape's
Your
Takes.
boy.
Yeah. When are you gonna let us know about your ticket exploits?
Let's do that after the break. We got time?
Yeah, we'll do that. And also, we got to get to Jay's
mystery.
Yeah, for the Kings.
Don't
top
air
40
quote
list. That's coming up next on Sactown Sports.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our client's portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow. Maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531. Labor Day, our annual celebration of workers and their achievements, was first observed in New York, and the first Monday in September became a national holiday in 1894. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Each year we commemorate Labor Day with parades, picnics, and family gatherings. And right now, Naturewood Home Furnishings is celebrating with their exceptional whole store Labor Day sale. Would you like to refresh your living room? Would you like to restyle your bedroom? Maybe you want to redesign your home office. No matter whether it's your dining room, kids' rooms, accents, or accessories, Naturewood's unique store-wide Labor Day sale offers savings in every department and savings on every brand like Stanton, Omnia, England, Stickley, Flex Steel, and all the rest of the award-winning furniture. When it comes right down to it, it's all about choices and always about quality. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable Labor Day sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water wheel. Welcome to the Tap House Restaurant at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course. With an array of local craft brews from a selection of 20 taps, the Tap House menu boasts freshly made sandwiches, crisp salads, and a variety of specialty entrees. The Tap House is the perfect place for a round after your round at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course, especially during happy hour from 3 to 6 daily. Drop by the Tap House Restaurant for scenic views, exquisite food, and a hearty welcome. The Tap House at Bartley Cavanaugh Golf Course.
Friday, Sactown Sports.
Who belongs on the Kings top 40 list, the top 40 Kings of 40 years of Sacramento Kings history? Jay has somebody says we need to talk about that we haven't talked about yet, so we'll get to that. But first, Drapes wanted to tell us about it, why he was up. I guess he didn't sleep at all last night.
Yeah, I was up tossing and turning, up late. Had to buy a ticket, All right, so the NBA schedule came out, what was it? Yesterday?
Yesterday, officially, yeah.
Yeah, so it came out yesterday, and, I sent it to my family, sent it to the kids.
Your daughter was very interested in that schedule.
Yeah, she was very interested. So I sent the schedule. My son responded, yeah, like he's excited. My daughter responded, okay, Dad, let me pull it up. It's time to buy some tickets, if you know what I mean. So I'm like, all right. I know exactly what she means. So I'm like, all right, let me look up these tickets. Taylor Swift tickets. She had the date and everything. She said December 7th. I said, all right, probably, this is a month ago. I'll look it up.
What did one have to do with the other? The NBA schedule will have to do with the...
Because would I be able to go? If the Kings had a game, I couldn't go, know? But if there was a little pocket in the schedule, which there was, December 7th in Vancouver, I said, let me look it up. Now, when we first talked about it, the tickets were one price. Mm-hmm. I ain't going to say how much because I don't want to they were one price. But when I looked last night, it was thank you, Jay. It was a different price.
Huh.
But my
Did
daughter,
it go up?
It went up. It doubled. It doubled. It doubled on me. But this is something we've been talking about for months.
Uh-huh.
We've been talking about this for months. This is her thing. You saw the video of her. You didn't see the video. I surprised her with a Taylor Swift themed sleepover.
No, you told us you were going to do that, but I didn't see the video.
She went crazy. So this is my little girl. I said, I'm going to do it. Well, last night at midnight, I finally pulled the trigger. I bought the tickets. The most expensive single purchase outside of a car or a house I have ever made.
Did you get two?
I got 2.
Uh-huh.
And so I went to bed and I'm like, man, I don't know about this. But then I woke up this morning and I'm like, all right. And we talked about it yesterday. The money's gone now.
Right.
The money's spent.
Yeah.
So now I'm focused on enjoying our time. I got to buy the plane tickets. It's going to be a quick in and out. Fly in one day, fly back out the next day because the Kings have games. But it is the most I don't understand why concert tickets got to be this expensive, Whitey. This is unheard of. This is unprecedented. And I got the nosebleed seats. I'm like,
you don't normally do that.
And I don't do that. But she was like, Dad, I don't even care as long as we get in there. And so I bought what was the cheapest tickets with an actual view. Whitey, let me just tell you guys, if you look up Taylor Swift tickets, they have somewhere you're actually behind the stage. So you can't even see the front of the stage. You're like on this angle. Yeah, but the stage is like right here. You can't even see it.
They probably have a video board or something.
You got the video board.
Is it in like the, what do they call it? The place where they play hockey, or is it in like the dome out?
It's at a football stadium. Football stadium. And the stage goes out, so you can see it if she walked out. But those were running. I don't even want to say the price.
Now, are you serious when you said this is the most
outside of a car,
house or something? Yeah,
maybe a vacation,
right?
But single
for like
item?
an item. Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
That's
Jay,
big boy cash.
Easily. And so I'm texting my wife, and we were talking about it today. She's like, that's her Christmas gift, right? And I was like, yeah, it is, because it was just going to be an everyday gift. But she's like, dude, that's too much for just an everyday. That's like her Christmas, birthday. And I said,
combination.
Here's some for $1,482.
Where at?
Vancouver, BC Place.
What section?
I don't know.
Look at the section. Look at the seat map, if you will. Right. I guarantee it's behind the stage. Like, literally, go to StubHub.
$1,482?
Yes.
It's behind the stage?
Yes, that's what
Oh.
Look it up,
There's a bunch here also for $65.
Nah, you're not looking at the right thing then, Big. Ain't no
Vancouver,
Taylor.
BC Place Stadium.
Yeah.
Oh, that's December 6th.
There's zero chance. You got to go to StubHub. They're like the official retailer, if you will.
Okay.
And trust me, if I could pay $1,400, I would have did it. If I would have had a view of the stage. I want to see what you find out here. Like, you got to look this up.
It's Vivid seats, but you say I got to go to
StubHub,
Vivid. Huh?
Vivid is that's where they get you. I don't do Vivid.
Okay.
But you do StubHub, and then Jay, I think you'll echo this. Concert seats, the fees and taxes are worse than the car rental fees and taxes.
Yes.
So I'm thinking I'm getting one price. You might as well add another $800 to it in taxes and fees. Look at Whitey. Whitey's actually looking at
you. Hunting Whitey.
What section? What section?
No, I'm not telling you what section I'm at. Just
section 222.
How much?
$1,986 each.
Look, where's 220? Where's 222 at though?
222 is
behind the thing.
Yeah, behind the stage.
Oh,
yeah.
$2,000 for behind the stage.
It's ridiculous.
And that's not even fees.
That's not even the fees, bro. Now you see what I'm talking about.
421, which is upstairs all the way
behind the stage.
Yeah, not directly behind the stage, but behind the stage.
Obstructed view.
$1,516 a ticket.
Oh, let me see that. Let me see. Where's
right here? And this is
421. Where's 420?
421.
Oh yeah, you're pretty much behind though, Whitey.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not all the way, but it is behind the stage.
And how much is that one?
That's what did I say?
$1,900.
Yeah, something like
the last one you just said was $1,900.
420. You said
and that was
I don't get it, fellas. And it's not. That's not the price.
$1,560.
That's not the price when the tickets were released. It's the price gouging. It's people knowing that crazy people like me will spend a bunch of money on that stuff.
You're going to be seated together too, right?
Yeah, we got to be. Got to be. You got to be. Yeah, Jay, you want to come on up there?
No, I'm gonna pass on that. And didn't they just pass the Ticket Act? where like you
I
have to.
I thought that was a Biden thing or something like that.
Something like
Yeah.
they remove fees or something. I didn't really dive into it, so my apologies on that. But I know the Ticket Act was allegedly passed or is getting ready to be passed for the fees of tickets.
Yeah,
422, which is as far back as you can go, because anything behind that
is
closed
literally
outside
behind
the
stage.
$2,002.
How about floor seats, Whitey? Just hover over it, big fella.
All right, we want how close do you want to be?
You could go back. Let's go to the back, far back.
Okay, well, yeah, let's see.
You in the pit?
A6, 5 listings from $3,639
For one ticket, Jay.
B4.
One ticket. I'm not in that section. Trust me.
$4,034.
Trust me, I'm up top.
A1 right there. 8 listings from $5,329
for one ticket to
Who's
see a
paying
concert. It's crazy. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Like like I said, because I had sort of kind of promised.
So you're looking at probably at least
I don't know what I'm looking at.
$4,000 for
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Somewhere around there.
No comment. I don't know.
But wait, okay. How literally? I want to know where you're at. But as far as binoculars needed,
no, because
okay,
the way her stage,
it's in the middle, right?
It's in the middle, and she comes out,
right?
Like so it's not like she stays up on the stage. Like her stage is like
there's a stage, there's a runway, there's like a diamond area stage,
so
and then there's further out, there's like a T.
Okay,
yeah.
So she's got a whole little setup.
Yeah, so you said you were not behind the stage, right?
Definitely not. But
okay.
I thought about it, but I'm like, I
upstairs?
can't. I'm upstairs.
Okay,
Don't be trying to narrow down
about 5K.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
For 2
I
tickets.
know.
There wasn't another place you could have saw her?
I know. You know what? But then you got to factor in, Jay, the flight.
You up 10? You about to be up a
Time
soft
to take
75.
to take the Mercedes across the border.
Yeah,
Mercedes Benz.
right up to 5.
I found like 160 round trip to Seattle, and then we driving.
Yeah,
but
so that's a rental car.
But here's the thing, too.
And staying overnight.
Staying overnight. I tried New Orleans. She's in.
Okay,
but ain't no direct flights
straight
from
flights.
and then you're talking 6-7 hours in travel, and so.
Wow.
You just paid to go see like the Eagles in the Super Bowl or something.
I told the wife, I said, the bank is closed. Dad is done. It was a great 2024 for these kids.
The more I look at it, I think he would have been happy to get out of there at 5K.
I told you. Look at Whitey's up top. How much? From like 3,000
a ticket?
33.36
at the top.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
With the pigeons?
Here's on the other side at the top. $5,111.
You know what's messed up about this too? Because when Taylor first dropped the tickets, they were not this price. So it's not like she's making the money from. She made it initially at the
I love
initial.
that she's practically driving to your house and taking money out of your house, and you still refer to her as Taylor.
Hey,
first name basis.
As my wife just said earlier today. She says, Drapes, what was your son? She didn't call me Drapes, but what was your saying back in the day? And this is when I had no money. Said, honey, I always got money. It's just a matter of what I want to spend it on. That's it right there, Jay. You know it, big fella.
Yeah.
You always got it's certain things are worth it. In this case, I thought
I know that was hard.
It was hard to pull the trigger.
Click submit.
Yeah, it was
confirm.
But you guys had daughters, it's something about a daughter and a father's relationship where you don't want to disappoint your little girl. And I'm a fan of Taylor Swift, and this is something she will remember her entire life.
Ken in Orangevale. Hey, Drapes, weren't you just questioning your then girlfriend, now wife, for buying you nosebleeds?
I was, but she was trying to court me back then. It's different now, And it's a stadium tour. It's, they got the monitors. So, yeah.
Where's the closest she's coming here? Levi again?
No, she already done. She's done.
So she's
this
not
is
coming
the end
this
of
way.
the tour.
She's still on a steady tour right now.
Yeah, this is it. So she's in
the Eras tour?
Eras tour. She's in Eras tour. She's in London. She got Miami, Indianapolis, Toronto, Vancouver, and New Orleans. And that's it.
You got about 6 dates to choose from.
Matter of fact, the Vancouver is the last stop of the tour. The one I'm going to.
That'll be great.
Yeah, so
All right.
Oof.
Good for you.
Dude,
Score.
So your boy gonna be looking for some. I even thought about getting a job at Lifetime too, like one of them overnight desk clerks or something.
Sure.
To pay for these tickets, bro.
Yeah.
I like your boy need more endorsements or something. I need something.
From the 916 here, talking about Jay and the player he's going to give us. If JJ pulls Spencer Hawes, I'm going to lose my bleep.
Yeah, who you got, Jay?
We'll find out who that is when we come back.
We'll come back.
No Spencer Hawes.
And we got the wrap up the week with the Wayback quiz. You haven't lost this week, have you?
Nope. I'm 3-0-1. One being the tie.
Keep the streak going when we come back to Sactown Sports.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. The knees, the hips, the lower back especially. If the foot isn't properly aligned, all of these joints are going to function incorrectly. That results in a lot of muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is that the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. So all the joints up the rest of the body will be aligned properly as well. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
Come to the Good Feet store now for a free fitting and test walk.
It's barbecuing season. Do yourself a favor. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meals with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. I've got the Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series Gas Grill, turning me into grilling pro. So easy to use. And I've always been a charcoal guy, and charcoal's great, but this is just a snap. Saves so much time, and it's delicious with features other grills cannot match because they're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel, boasting quality and a lifetime warranty. Check out your Napoleon grills and accessories. They're now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento. And now, how about that? El Dorado.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Hey, we just we got a fight going on, huh? Fever and
A little WNBA fight.
Mercury.
Yeah, a little WNBA. They getting spicy. Not involving Caitlin Clark either. This is they get physical out there.
About to get spicy up in here with the Wayback Machine quiz coming up on the text line from the 916. We know Jay has, I've been mentioning this for a while. Jay has a player that he says, oh, we got to talk about this guy from the 916. Somebody, an all-time great king. Is Jay's mystery player, former 6 Man of the Year, Keon Clark?
No, Keon was only here 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, that's not it.
That's
also
not
from the 831, we have Trey from the 831. Let's go, Jay. I bet my girl dishes duty today. Told her that I got you ending this week the right way.
Because Trey know what it is. 831, Salinas, Santa Cruz, out there. I got him. Here we go.
Before we get going, I got to know. We're putting together our list, top 40 Kings of 40 years in Sacramento. Who's your guy, Jay, that you say we got to deal with?
All right, man. I'm just going to say played parts of 4 seasons in Sacramento.
All right.
Some would say he didn't play enough.
Uh-huh.
14.7. Excuse me, 13.5 points, 7.5 rebounds.
That's impressive.
24 minutes per game.
Okay.
Top 2 pick.
Really?
In Sacramento. Not talking Purvis Ellison. Talking about Mr. Marvin Bagley.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Wow.
4 seasons.
Nah, don't hit you.
13-7. Now wait.
I
Though.
didn't see that coming.
Wait. Because we haven't said, no one has brought up Marvin Bagley all week.
Right. You're
13-7. Harrison Barnes, 14-5.
Bagley really averaged that much?
13. This is just for the Kings.
Yeah.
13-7. Harrison, 14-5. I'm just saying.
That's a great point,
bro.
I'm just throwing it out there. It might be an argument.
So are you officially nominating him?
Is he on your list?
He is not on my list as of right now. But let me say this. He made my initial 78. The first 78 I put 78. I put 78 names in there, and I'll start to dwindle down. And I was just going by, he's there without looking at stuff like that. And also looking at, they played 1 year, 1.5. So Marvin Bagley, a name we haven't discussed all week.
Fair point. So are you still at about 78? You haven't pared it down from that yet?
No, that was just quick. Yeah, 78, and then I had to do other work. But this the thing, and I think this is the criteria, fellas. We got to confirm it. What I'm kind of going is importance to the team, impact to the team, entertaining, winning, statistics. Like those are 5 I think I'm going to put on the ballot. If you guys want to ask something, please let me know.
Okay.
Definitely you can hit us up on Twitter. Any of us, they'll shoot it to me, something like that. But I mean, he was one of the most excited, number 2 pick here.
See, I'm not as hung up on length of service, and this is a theoretical. There's nobody that fits this description. But if a guy was here 1.5 years and he would average 20 a game, I wouldn't have a problem putting him on my list. So to me, it's more what they did when they were here than how long they were here.
So, Marvin Bagley right now.
Yeah.
Just off the top of your head, top 50 Kings player of all time?
No.
Really?
Well, like I said, I made a list of 60, and I didn't.
You didn't even have him on there. You're 60. Hey, here's the thing too about Marvin Bagley, and this is as I said, no offense to him, but if you're
no offense,
but if you're a punchline, if you're a reminder of one of the worst decisions in the history of the franchise, you can't be in the top 40, 50 all-time Sacramento King great. It's too much bad blood. It's too much baggage. It brings up too many bad memories. I think we would all, not us meaning, I'm talking in general, Sacramento, would like to forget the Marvin Bagley era.
Yeah.
So he can't be top 50.
Yeah. And like you said, a lot of that is not his fault.
Not his fault.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. There were guys that made more positive contributions. Now Jay's shaking his head, but Jay doesn't even have him.
He got him on his list.
That's what made me argue Marvin Bagley being on the top 54.
Got him.
You have to say, as far as if we're going off those five aspects of criteria, excitement, he's got to have it, right?
Nope.
Wow. Really?
That's a good try by you. That's a great try.
When he was drafted, you don't think people were excited?
Well, if you balance it out with how excited they were by the end of his run, I think it's a net negative.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The
punt was a net. It was a negative net. Okay.
We'll see what the committee decides.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Marvin Bagley is in that honorable mention at bottom 15, 13-7.
All right. Yeah. I did not realize his numbers were
that's
that
crazy.
Notable. All right. It's time for the Wayback Machine quiz for August the 16th. Kyle Draper and Jay battled to a tie yesterday, but Drapes is still unbeaten for the week. Here are the years. Everything in the quiz happened on the state or is based on something that related to something happened on the state. 1927, 1954, which is closest to 1966. We also have 1996, and then 2 more closest twos, 2001, 2008. I know you guys don't have that written down, and it's hard, so just,
2008.
2008, you want to start?
Yeah, is that the closest to you said?
That's the closest to.
Jay can go first.
All right, Jay. This state, 2008, Usain Bolt wins Olympic gold in Beijing with the best 100-meter time in Olympic history. He would break that mark 4 years later in London. What is Bolt's record time for the fastest 100 in the Olympics?
Oh, in the Olympics.
In the Olympics.
In the Olympics, big fella. Yeah.
I'm just going to go with the record. It's a 9.56. I believe he ran it in the Olympics.
9.56.
9.57.
Is 9.63.
I knew that one, Jay. I didn't know it, but I'm like, nah, I don't think he was that fast.
I was going to go
Olympics.
9.661. I thought about
it.
That
would have had me guessing like, ooh, I don't know.
So Drapes gets the point, but you're up, Jay.
All right.
27, 54, 66, 96, and 01.
Let's go 1996.
All right.
Mark Lemke.
Oh yeah.
Padres take down the Mets in the first game ever played outside of the U.S. or Canada. This date, 1996. In what country was the game played? Puerto Rico, Japan, Mexico.
In 96?
Yes.
Ooh. I'm going to go Mexico.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mexico.
That's right.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a high-scoring game. They played in Monterrey, Mexico. A lot of altitude.
The altitude,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
1-1, Drapes.
Nice, Jay. Nice work.
27, 54 are closest to. 66, 2001, also closest to.
2001.
You got it. You want Jay to go first?
Nah, Drapes first.
No. Jay first.
2001 this day, Jay. Barry Bonds homers to break the Giants' single-season record of 52. He would go on to hit 73 that year. In 22 seasons, how many times did Barry Bonds hit 50 or more home runs?
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, Jay.
So let's start he didn't hit 50 at all in Pittsburgh.
Come on,
slow down over there, champ.
In 22 seasons.
Champ, slow down, champ. Let me
How
do
many
some
times
arithmetic
did Barry
here.
Bonds hit 50 or more homers?
I'm going to say 11.
11. Kyle Draper?
That's a lot, Jay. That's a lot of seasons. I got to go under that. I got to go 10.
Barry Bonds on this date hit number 53. 2001 was the only year in which he hit more than 50 home runs.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? I was like, that's a lot.
1 is the answer.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He just had the longevity, too.
A lot of
49s and 46.
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that one.
Drapes picks up the point.
I felt like he hit 50 the last 7 or 8.
He was way up there, but not 50. All right, Jay. You're down 2-1, but you're up.
That's fine.
27, 54, which is the closest to 1966.
1927.
All righty. The great George Herman
Killebrew.
Babe Ruth becomes the first player ever to hit a ball over the roof. Babe Ruth, the first player ever to hit a ball over the roof. This date, 1927. Of what stadium? Tiger Stadium, Yankee Stadium, Comiskey Park.
Going Tiger Stadium because you said roof.
That is not correct. Drapes for the steal, which, hold on.
Would this clinch it?
No, it's 2 more left.
It would
2 more
not.
left.
It would not clinch it.
All right. 1927?
Yes. Babe Ruth.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
a ball over the roof of what stadium? Yankee Stadium, Comiskey Park.
I got to go. I think it's Comiskey Park.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
He's got it.
Yeah.
It's Comiskey Park. And we're up against it, Jay. Yeah, Drapes, you're
3-1.
up. You want 1954, closest to, or 1966?
1954.
All right. And you want Jay to go first?
Yes.
First issue of Sports Illustrated is published this date, 1954. How much would a graded copy of the first issue sell for at auction in 2021, Jay?
Wow, that's tough.
Oh, wow.
Sports Illustrated.
I have no idea.
I'm going to say 50K.
50K.
50,000?
50K.
First
Kyle
issue
Draper.
of Sports Illustrated, you said?
Uh-huh. Graded copy.
No
Sold at auction in 2021.
That's a lot,
win.
though. Do we know who was on the cover?
It was a picture of like home plate, and Eddie Matthews was there, but it was just like some people standing at home plate.
I'm gonna go with the over. I'm gonna go 51.
$8,700.
That's it?
$8,700.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, gotta go.
We got one more.
56.
Time.
You said 56.
Always give us extra time. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I always got extra room because I know you guys.
So this is terrible. You're up, Jay?
Yes.
Of course, overtime?
This for the win.
This is terrible.
I do have a tiebreaker.
So hold on. Is this our last question? Are we?
I don't know.
Yes, we gotta go.
Let's go.
Come on.
I literally
Last
got
question.
11 seconds.
All on it here.
1966, Jay. Willie Mays cracks home run number 534. Tying Jimmy Fox for the most homers by a right-handed hitter. What right-handed hitter leads all active players in career homers with 422? Giancarlo Stanton, Manny Machado, Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew, he just hit 400. No. Give me the first two.
Yeah.
Stanton and who?
Come on,
Giancarlo
man.
Stanton,
Yeah.
Manny Machado, Andrew McCutchen. The active
Manny
leader.
Machado.
That is not
McCutchen?
correct.
Is it McCutchen?
It's
Giancarlo Stanton. That's what I was going to say. Jay,
I didn't ask.
it's a horrible week.
With nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. And Chad, I gotta admit, there is a buzz going on around the dealership.
That's because we have huge savings up to $14,000 off MSRP on hard-to-find new 2024 Ram heavy duties. And with over 400 new Ram trucks available, there's no other way to describe it except Hoblet's Ramapalooza.
Okay, well, what's this brand new Hoblet certified pre-owned super center I keep hearing about?
We are super excited to celebrate the grand opening of the Hoblet certified pre-owned super center. We have over 200 used cars available and over 80 under 20,000. Whatever type of car you need, Hoblet can help.
You've got to see the new Hoblet certified pre-owned super center for yourself. Check out their full inventory at hobletdodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
$14,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramies after $8,000 Hoblet dealer discount and $6,000 factory rebates. Rebates may include $3,000 in Hoblet Select coupons. Hoblet trade-in assistance up to $2,000. Rebate for eligible trade-ins. All coupons available while supplies last. 5 of this net savings. See dealer for details.
Sacramento, Dirks Bentley's coming to town. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends. Farmerly, Tyler Rich, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets today before they're sold out at CITPFest.com.
Brought to you by RVs of Sacramento and Hoblet Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram Center.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports.
I get that. But there are a couple of schools around the country that have major question marks surrounding them and major expectations. And if they don't reach those expectations, could we be seeing some coaching changes at some of the most high-powered